Be awake and aware at 6:03. We're happy you found us.
Yeah,
welcome.
That's right.
Get some little coffee.
Yes.
Maybe pick up a little pastry.
Or
treat yourself.
Energy drink or something.
That's right. That's what we do.
That's right. We got monsters everywhere.
We got waters.
Yes.
And we got energy drinks.
Got the free bird.
That's how we get through the morning.
Play it pretty for Atlanta. So afternoon baseball, we're just talking about that. How awesome
Afternoon
that is.
baseball.
So freaking good.
1 o'clock start times.
Detroit at Cleveland, and then the marquee game will be Red Sox at Yankees.
To me, this is now the most brutal playoff that there is. Because, and I know your head turns.
Well,
like,
the wild card, is that what you mean?
Well, because you are now in a playoff. And this is unlike, for instance, when we talk about the NFL. Home field advantage does matter. The bye week does matter. In the NBA, over 7 games, there's very rarely an upset. It's just who's the better team, 7 games is going to tell you. Major League Baseball, you can have 10 minutes of bad baseball in a couple of different games, and the better team is done.
Yeah, it changes the dynamic of the whole playoffs.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So fortunately, when the Braves got through it the way they did in 2021, remember, they weren't the best team.
Right. Yep. They just got hot at the right time.
They were the 89 win team.
That's right.
They weren't supposed to be beating Milwaukee and LA, and yet they're the ones that got through. Finished it off by beating a world champion in the Houston Astros. So that's the fun of this. I love this playoff because it's insane. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to get through.
Yeah, a lot of those teams that have that time off, like they cool off. And they don't come back playing the same way that they ended the season playing.
I'd put it to you this way. We all recognize that the Dodgers have more money than God.
Yes.
And they use it.
Goodness. Yes.
Okay? Now, outside of 2020, the COVID season, which doesn't count.
Nah, it doesn't.
They were not a champion until last year. I mean, keep in mind, they've been on this run of going to the playoffs every year for about 12 seasons now. And yet their first real championship, non-COVID, not in a bubble, not with all the silliness, not a 60-game season, was last year.
Yeah.
That's how hard it is to do this.
Yeah. It's and look, the poor Mets. What were they, the third highest payroll?
They spent somewhere in like the $340 million range, and they're sitting at home.
And it's like the first time that's ever happened, right? You spend that kind of money.
That kind of money.
And then you don't get anywhere. Good Lord. It must suck to be a Mets fan. I mean, goodness. I can't imagine how awful that must feel. But if they ever do make it, the one thing you can say is that if your team has lost and lost and lost and lost, when you do make it, you enjoy it more than anybody else because you've just been beaten to a pulp.
Like the very first game that we're going to get at 1 o'clock, you're going to get Cleveland and Detroit, who went head-to-head for the better part of the last 2 weeks to see who got to host the other person.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, here, Cleveland won 88 games.
Yeah.
Detroit won 87. All right, Detroit, you have to start off on the road at Cleveland.
Well, look, and you just gave the example of the Braves being 89 wins and go on and win it all, man. Could one of those two teams be the ultimate World Series champion?
And another one of those. Could you imagine if the Dodgers, who will play tonight at 9 o'clock, if they were to be eliminated in this round by a team that won 83 games? All right, Cincinnati in a bad National League. By the way, that means you just had to play for the Braves one extra good week of baseball. That's how down the National League was this year.
No, that's right, yeah.
83 wins gets in. They're going to play a Dodger team that won 93 games, which, again, by their standards, it's not 100 wins like they've been used to. But still, if I could get eliminated by an 83-win ball club,
do you have a rooting interest there, or do you take the underdog there?
No, I just like baseball.
Just
this
like
time of
baseball,
year.
yeah. I
it.
do kind of cheer for the underdog always. It's just I'll be. I don't know. I'm not like rooting and rah-rahing or anything, but if the Reds were to pull it off, I'd be like, the underdog won. I like it.
And by the way, at 1 o'clock this afternoon, the fact that you're going to get when you start seeing like what Scooble does and what kind of nastiness he has. So I might potentially have to see that guy twice in a short series.
Ooh, that's bad news.
And I have to start off by, all right, I'm getting one of the nastiest pitchers in all of Major League Baseball, and I'm the home team, and I'm the division champ, and I got to go through that.
Yeah. Dude, this is good baseball.
This is fun stuff.
Dude, this is why it's this. I've said it many times. This is the best time of year. I'm more of a summer. I like the hot heat. But when it comes to sports, there's nothing better than the fall. Nothing. I mean, you have playoff baseball and you got college football. And if you're an NFL fan, a big NFL run, man, this is Sports Central.
And if you want to go with the evil empire, if you want to root for the New York Yankees, who are playing Boston, they start off with their ace, Max Fried.
Yeah, who used to be our ace.
So you get to have your guy, Max, and see what he does in the postseason. And let's face it, he's pretty much nails in the postseason.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's a lot to be excited about.
My wife raised in upstate New York, so she's a huge Yankees fan. So we'll be watching the evil empire.
Thought there was something wrong with my wife.
with the Redskins.
Or like in the Redskins.
Yeah, I've got it worse.
It's like at least the Redskins have been down for a long time. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So that's the thing that we got going in our house. And here's the thing: she'll be so on edge that anything I say will be taken as, well, you're not cheering for the Yankees.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, very sensitive.
That ain't right.
Very sensitive. I can say, wow, that was a great play, and it being the Red Sox making it. See, you've been cheering for the Red Sox the whole time.
See, my wife already knows when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
She knows there's no way when it comes to NFL football that I would ever root for her. Ever.
It's not a chance.
I mean, I was frustrated last year. We were at a volleyball tournament, and I had to watch her team beat Detroit. And Detroit looked like the best team in the NFC at the time.
Yeah.
And I had to sit there and just kind of grin and bear it. I was like, oh. It seems Washington's going to an NFC championship game.
Yeah. Boo. This sucks. Yeah, so it'll be touch and go at our house because I'll have to balance the delicacy of the fragile feelings.
Can I remind people about fragile feelings, something that we talked about last week?
Sure.
So last week I had pointed out, and it only took a week to be like, I told you. I said, whenever Donald Trump trolls you, your job on the left, as I'm pointing out, is leave it alone.
Yep.
Because whenever he trolls you, you come off looking silly. You come off looking like you don't have any power, which you don't. But at no point do you get to distinguish yourself from him. Okay, that was elite trolling last night. Dude. That was trolling of the highest order. If you're just now getting up, just know as we head for a government shutdown, Donald Trump decided he was going to light the entire Democrat leadership on fire with a funny video and meme and AI. It's hilarious.
Do you have...
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit.
Yeah, might want to check into that one. So, Donald Trump decided to post a video with Hakeem Jeffries, who's in the background wearing a very fake sombrero.
Yeah, and it's all tilted.
And Chuck Schumer, who's talking about all their woke stuff and how not even the black community will vote for us any longer, so we need to find a way to bribe these other people.
We got to find new voters.
You then had Hakeem Jeffries within, 2 hours going on all the state. This is racist. No, it's funny, man. He's got a little, he's got a mustache. Oh, my God.
Dude, when you said it to me last night.
He posted
9:28.
It was like 8:45.
Yeah.
Donald Trump posts this video. And clearly he'd seen it and got a laugh out of it somewhere along those lines. And that half an hour later, it's everywhere.
Dude, so stinking funny. Absolutely. Los is like, this is professional level trolling. I'm like,
professional level trolling.
Heck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just sit and giggled. Lauren already fallen asleep. I was afraid I was going to wake her up. You know, you laugh so hard that you're moving the entire bed.
And in my mind, I went, what did I try and tell the Democrats last week? When he trolls you,
let it go.
Leave it alone.
Let it go. All you're doing is bringing more attention to it.
But they went on all of the cable news channels, including CNN.
Yeah.
For Caitlin Collins had to grab her pearls and be like, this feels inherently racist. No, it's funny.
That's right.
It's hilarious.
But see, isn't that the example that we always give? They don't know how to laugh, dude. They don't laugh at anything. Everything is awful.
Once the joke's at their expense.
Yeah, everything's awful. Everything's the worst ever. Everything, the world's coming to an end. Everything's clutch your pearls, no matter what it is. That's just what they do. They have no sense of humor, and they wonder why no one wants to be around them.
So here's Hakeem Jeffries, again, minority leader in the House. Remember, he's now been on a meme where he's wearing a giant fake sombrero with a really bad mustache, and he's used to just look as like the Mexican puppet in the background while they talk about giving all these illegals health care, because that is now the fighting point.
That's what they're fighting over.
They're fighting for $1.7 trillion in free health care for illegals.
And the nutty part is, nobody is backing them. Nobody. The videos I saw last night on social media and on news websites of people just saying, wait, you want to help somebody who doesn't belong here, but you don't want to help Americans? That's what you're trying to shut the government down for.
These were the same people that told us that we would never see Social Security benefits for these people. Like,
we also told they wouldn't vote either.
Right. They're not registered to vote. Oh, really? They're not?
What about the superintendent in
Des Moines,
Iowa? The one that's registered. It's illegal, running the school system of Des Moines, Iowa, and registered to vote in Maryland. What about that guy?
So here's Hakeem Jeffries as he's going to comment on this really mean meme.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere.
It's hilarious.
We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault on all the things, Medicaid, Medicare, the Affordable Care Act. Republicans are going to...
I lived through your government.
Dude is so robotic, too. That's the thing about just the way he speaks is so robotic. It doesn't even come off as real. He's like AI almost. Old AI, not even new AI.
You realize how much better it would have been if he had just come out and said, all right, this is Donald Trump trying to distract from the issue at hand, albeit funny. It's a distraction and get it on out there.
So many people will be like, okay. Because that's a pretty logical thing to say.
Oh, that's weird. I operate with logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you see when you get the emotional response how non-logical they come across.
Because you dismiss it immediately.
Yes. And now more people are like, I want to go see what he posted. And then when they do see it.
And then they laugh. Like, oh, he got him again.
It's like, he did get him again.
He's got him again.
I'm telling you, leave. When he trolls you, leave it alone. But they can't.
They would never. They can't. And then
they try to make everything into, well, it's racist. It's bigotry. No, it's comedy.
And people enjoy laughing. I know you don't.
Yeah, you wouldn't know comedy if it bit you in the face.
This is right. These people, man, they're next level when it comes to just not being able to get what's being done to them. Then you have Eric Swalwell. Dude. For a man that is obviously compromised in so many different ways.
Aren't we all, Tug?
Yes, I suppose so.
Pray with me. Oh, okay. Well, we'll save that for later.
This dude tries to sell people that a killer is a Trump voter, and it's all been photoshopped, and it seems pretty clear to anybody that sees it, except Eric Swalwell.
How bad was this? How bad was that you have somebody clearly dealing with an amazing amount of mental illness who, if you have now heard many of the reports, for some reason, the Mormon church would set him off.
Yeah.
Like the discussion point when it would go to that, it was like, I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory and I'm going to kill as many people in this church as possible. Like, it's mental illness. It's just what it is. And to think that when a picture surfaced of him, Eric Swalwell falls for oh, look, he's wearing a Trump shirt. It's like it's been digitally put onto him. But this is how bad you know this is when even guys that sit on an intelligence committee at one point are duped.
Oh, man.
People are like, MAGA doesn't want to see this.
Yeah.
As it turns out, it's fake, man.
I guess you could. There's an occasion, where you see something's not real and you're like, oh, maybe buy it. But if you're on, I don't know, an intel committee maybe you'd run it by somebody. Hey, did you see this? Before I share this, before I talk about this, can you scan it? Can you just maybe figure out if it's AI? And there's plenty of things on the internet that will tell you about digitally altered photos.
But all it's about is a narrative.
Yeah, exactly. So why would he do that? I'm just saying that's what normal people would do.
The lie goes around the world before the truth gets out of bed.
That's right. Yeah.
And now the narrative is created. The
truth is catching up, though, with X specifically.
Well, the truth is fine for us. I mean, we still have, because I posted some of this stuff as well, we still have a narrative that we don't know the political leanings of the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk.
The 18% believe that. Nobody else does.
But that's where they have to live. They live in the world of make-a-believe.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So that they have a narrative, so that they can fundraise off it, and so they can keep some energy within that group. And that's all. But it does make you kind of a slave to the cult.
Yeah, it does.
Like, you're not going to actually ask, hey, maybe this is fake.
Just help me take a look at it.
When I saw Chucky Schumer pointing out that they're not buying into our woke BS any longer, I went, pretty much looks like AI to me. Kind of sounds like AI to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's AI.
That's right.
I didn't post it like, can you believe what he said? And look how Hakeem Jeffries is wearing a sombrero.
Who would have thought he would have done that? He's culturally appropriating the sombrero.
He's just sitting back there with a sombrero, and where did he get that mustache?
It doesn't look real. It doesn't look real. I think that's a fake mustache.
He looked like Speedy Gonzalez come to life.
How did they? Dude, Speedy's my
Which I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to do that one anymore, right?
No, we
more
are.
Pepe Le Pew or Speedy Gonzalez?
We're bringing it back, man.
Okay,
In Trump's America,
back?
you can love all the cartoons.
Where's Aunt Jemima?
That's right. Dude, for real, where is she? Why is she not back? She needs to be back.
If Speedy Gonzalez has a place here, played by Hakeem Jeffries,
dude,
I don't know why Aunt Jemima can't be back.
Dude. Oh, that's what Cracker Barrel should have done. Brought back Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
Put it on every single, just right there, right on every table.
Yeah, and Uncle Ben. I mean, there's so many of them that have been like the
Land O'Lakes Indian.
Yes. Good heavens.
Count Chocula.
Did he go too? they took
Frankenberry. The SNL bit.
That's right. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I didn't remember taking out Count Chocula.
They also got Count Chocula.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that now. When we continue, our tent is bigger, if you can't tell. And as long as that's the case, we win. Next on Extra.
When conflicts escalate around the world, don't let the mainstream media scare you into believing their narrative. Get it right with Atlanta's only conservative voice. And trust the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer Show, and our entire lineup to give it to you straight. Don't buy the fear. Just keep it here. Extra 106.3 FM and the all-new Extra app.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if you've got old, drafty, sticky, or leaking windows, you need the experienced pros at Window Nation. You can pay a lot less and still get the premium windows you're dreaming of. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90Nation for your free estimate. And for a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free, plus no payments for 2 years.
Have you looked at your power bill lately? Electricity prices are at all-time highs, and they're only going up. Even worse, power outages are becoming more and more common. In fact, according to the Department of Energy, blackouts could increase 10,000% over the next few years. If you don't have a backup generator for your home, it's time to get one. But gas generators, they're loud, high maintenance, and they produce dangerous exhaust fumes. The Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from My Patriot Supply is different. It's whisper quiet, requires no fuel, and it's safe to use indoors. Yet, it delivers enough power to run almost anything in your home. Best of all, you can get a Grid Doctor 3300 for $0 down and as little as $104 a month when you shop at mypatriotsupply.com. That's right, 3,300 watts of backup power delivered to your door for as little as $104 per month. See the page for more details at mypatriotsupply.com. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
Senior Manager, Global Services, change lead positions offered by the North Highland Company in Atlanta, Georgia. Act as an advisor to the C-suite on organizational change, strategy, and communication. Position reports to Atlanta, Georgia office. Telecommuting permitted in accordance with company policy, but must live within commuting distance of stated office. Must be willing to travel domestically 35% and internationally 5%. Please apply online at https://careers.northhighland.com.
There are many choices when it comes to who you choose for your cell phone service, and there are new ones popping up all the time. But here's the truth. There's only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American that believes freedom is worth fighting for, and that is Patriot Mobile. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been on the front lines fighting for our God-given rights and freedoms while also providing exceptional nationwide cell service with access to all 3 major networks. And don't just take my word for it. Ask the hundreds of thousands of Americans who have made the switch and are now supporting causes they believe in simply by joining Patriot Mobile. Switching now is easier than ever. Activate in minutes from the comfort of your own home. Keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. Patriot Mobile's all U.S.-based support team is standing by to take care of you now. Call 972-PATRIOT today or go to patriotmobile.com/Beck, patriotmobile.com/Beck. Use the promo code Beck for a free month of service. patriotmobile.com/Beck or call 972-PATRIOT.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
Here are your Georgia headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. A man wanted for terrorist threats in Sandy Springs was arrested at a South Georgia Walmart while charging his Tesla on Monday. Deputies say the suspect had fled Leesburg police earlier in the day. He was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Lee County Jail. Cobb County officials are asking for public input on road safety plans near Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. The proposal calls for widening Old Highway 41, adding roundabouts and pathways, and building a pedestrian tunnel to help visitors safely reach overflow parking. Online feedback is being accepted through early October. Construction is expected in 2027. And Cobb County officials completed a $24 million renovation of the sheriff's headquarters building. The project included upgrades to technology, security, and infrastructure systems, modernizing the 3-decade-old facility. Sheriff Craig Owens said the improvements will enhance operations, safety, and efficiency for both staff and the public. Today's weather, partly cloudy and windy with scattered thunderstorms possible this afternoon. We have a high of 80 degrees. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
It was fun having my wife's family over at our house. We had about
30 deep, dude. I've never...
people.
In my life, I've never had 30 people at my house at one time, ever.
The fun part was the amount of them that were like, so, I hear you're doing a political show. I was like, yeah. And they're like, is it conservative? I was like, yeah. And they're like, yes.
Let's go. Because I wasn't sure, man. I wasn't sure where this was going.
I wasn't sure where it was going either. But it's this kind of look. And so when I say there's a cousin and he's got a longtime girlfriend, and she's there, and I hear about how she doesn't agree with their Redskins attire, the rest of the family's kind of giving us this look of like, listen, she's sweet, but she talks about cultural appropriation.
Is this the one that you said long time, and they were asking when y'all gonna get married, that kind of thing?
No. Different. Yeah.
When there's 30 deep, the storylines.
Yeah, there's a lot of storylines over the weekend.
It's like Ghostbusters, man, crossing the stream.
There's a lot of storylines going on.
No kidding. I had to tell you, man, you should just ask her to leave.
No, she was nice. Again,
I'm kidding somewhat.
She was a really nice lady. I had a lot of fun with them. Dude. It was just the rest of the family was like, so have you talked to her? I'm like, yeah. I was like, we got along. Like, yeah, we had a shot.
Yeah.
Had a shot of screwball. I was like, that was kind of fun.
But
I get along. But I get along.
I know you're
like
better than most. You're better than most because most people will be like,
what am I going to do? Run her out of my house?
Get on out of here!
Get on out of here!
That's why.
I'm going to talk to her like some sort of raccoon.
That's the way my papa used to say it. Get on out of here! When he'd talk about the dogs.
I just like the question. Is it a conservative political show? What else is there?
Yeah, exactly. What else is there? That's a good point.
Well, do I want to be on a show that doesn't last very long?
Exactly.
No, it's like Air America.
We've seen the blueprint on how to fail.
We're like the Jimmy Kimmel of radio.
Yes.
They're just losing millions a year.
That's right. Yeah. No, but it's funny that, it does create an awkward, and it could create when you start talking about cultural appropriation, you're talking about football. You're just crossing the streams, and it's just why make it hard? My question is, why do libs have to make it hard all the time about everything?
It was his brother who came over to me and was like, yeah, she was at her house during Christmas, and this is what she brought up with me. I was like, oh.
Why?
And in my mind, I'm going, well, it's been nearly 10 months, and you haven't forgotten it.
That's right.
I was like,
yeah.
Guess that made an impression, didn't it?
Well, it does. The whole point is...
My man just wanted to wear his Redskins gear.
I just want to watch football, man. Leave me alone. Why do you have to Why do libs have to make everything unfun? Why do they hate fun? Why do they hate things that actually bring people together and create something that divides us? Why?
I still love when you hear people talk about moving over to the big tent, all right? Like, call it conservative movement, call it the new right, whatever you want it to rationalize it
any
as.
way you want to.
Yes, because there are people that we have now within our tent that there's a variety. For instance, there are people that are now on the right who are pro-choice. Now, I ain't crazy about it.
And I'm dead against it.
And I always point out, I like the idea of going back to original Roe versus Wade, where both the state and the mom have a interest in that child's life.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how the tent gets bigger, because we don't have absolutes across the board. It's let's all have a discussion about this.
But here's the thing, Los. I can have an absolute opinion and still respect yours.
Right. Whereas that is not what's going on. The amount of people that have moved from the left and say, I'm so much happier because I don't have to buy into this liberal mindset that there's no room for gray areas. It's just, do you believe this? Did you say this? Make sure you say this. If you don't say this, well, then we got a problem here.
I don't know about you, but when I see people on social media doing the walkaway campaign,
yes,
and they don't look like me, they from the same places I'm from, they're completely different from me altogether, right? But yet they believe the same thing that I do, that freedom of speech matters, the Second Amendment matters, all of these things matter. It is gratifying to me to know that our tent is welcoming to people like that.
Sure.
And you're seeing it. And when they talk about, even down there, there's even these videos that I've seen of people going to the church for the first time, maybe ever, or in 30 years, and they say, it was so comforting to be welcomed and to not have some sort of opinion of you either way. They just said, come in. We all are looking to the same thing. We're all looking for that deeper meaning in life. We're all looking for Jesus. That's what we're looking for. And they felt welcomed. That's what this party represents to me.
Again, I brought this up during the 2024 campaign. I was like, don't bring up abortion. I was like, this ends up being the area that the left tries to separate us on. Are you absolute or are you not? And what did I say? I was like, Donald Trump's just going to say, it's a law of the land, and you'll let your local community decide what you're going to be your standards.
And I'm in favor of that. And even though I have my own opinion about it.
Even though I have my own opinion about it, I'm sitting back saying, this is how you keep the tent large.
That's right.
This is how you secure power.
It's a smart way of doing it.
It's a smart way of going about it. And yes, I'm right there with you. Is it murder? Yeah. Okay. But I recognize that what the left attempts to do is to try and cut us into these like tribal groups.
Any way they can.
And so that's one of the ways that they do it. So suddenly I'm supposed to be mad at Tug because he looks at it this way, and I'm like, well, we can't talk about that. It's bad. That's what they're attempting to do. So I look at it as when you move away from that group and you get away from absolutism, you're going to be so much happier. And that's the tent on our end is so much bigger.
Yeah. And you exemplified it. If I can pay you a compliment, you exemplified it with your discussion about the girlfriend of the family member that's at your house talking about cultural appropriation. You figured out a way.
I was like, we're good.
Yeah.
But I was like, in fact, let's have a shot.
That's right. Absolutely.
You need some screwball.
That's right. This will lighten you up, sister.
Here you go.
That's so great.
It's right here in the freezer. You'll love it. Come on in.
It's tasty, and it is, dude. You can't do too much because it's super sweet.
Super sweet. I told her it's a dessert.
Yes, but one, maybe two, is very, very good. Very good. And that's bridge building, right?
That's right.
And that's what the Republican Party has learned to do. It's been a while, but in the since January, or maybe prior to that, probably maybe a year and a half.
Well,
we've been really, really doing well with that.
I will give this a credit to Donald Trump. And the reason why is this. Remember, so much of the Republican platform has changed since the 2016 Republican National Convention. And the things that Trump wanted to accentuate within the platform and things that he wanted to try and remove from the platform, with the idea of they can't paint us as, well, there's extremists that only think about one thing, or this is gay marriage, you're all going to hell. It's like, that was part of like Donald Trump saying, like, listen, we need to acknowledge that there are gay Republicans with the LGBTQ community.
And I am a devout Christian. Do I get it wrong? All the time. I don't believe that about gay people. I don't believe that.
You don't have to agree with a lifestyle.
That's exactly right.
To at the same time have
respect for somebody
and care for somebody else.
It's no different than any other conversation. You can feel differently, completely differently.
You can think that it's completely crazy that every single Sunday I get to about 11:30 or noon, and I'm like, it's time to start putting some drinks away because the 1 o'clock kicks are coming, and then the 4:25s, and then 8:20, and you can look at it and say, what a waste of a Sunday that you're doing. There's part of you that might be right, but I hope that you have respect that I chose my lifestyle, you chose yours.
Sure.
That's the idea behind it.
That's exactly
when you in the same way that the young woman who was at my house who was talking about cultural appropriation, I'm like, it sounds like a lot of rules.
That seems
what
heavy.
A pain in the butt.
That seems heavy. But I'm like,
let's have a shot.
Yeah, let's bridge the gap.
I'm like, you're just making yourself miserable with this stuff. Right. You know.
But it seems like they revel.
I'm happy.
It seems like they revel in that. I had to mute Aunt Peg on social media. It got so much lately because she's been so angry because they keep losing and Trump keeps winning and winning.
Think about how mad she has to be every morning.
Every day, all the time. And I don't want to live my life that way. I love dear Aunt Peg, and I know she is a good woman. She is crazy politically. Finally, I was just like, let's stay friends. Mute. I don't have to deal with it anymore. The anger, because that was the only thing coming up in my timeline, angry. Her.
Because she uses that social media to just post frustration after frustration after frustration.
It's throwing up.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Political throw up.
What did we say? There is because Trump derangement syndrome is real. There is a dopamine aspect to it.
It is.
Where there is a moment of relief. I got a chance to say it. But the problem is, similar to drug users, the low
got to get it again
is lower than where you're at.
It's like fentanyl.
It's like, I got to get it again because
it doesn't last.
The anger and the low is so much harder than what I was right before.
I'm probably wrong about this because I'm no expert, no doctor, but once you do it over and over and over again, the length of time that is satisfying is shorter and shorter.
Yeah. Again, this is, I mean, we can always pull up the report, the study in all of this, and they couldn't call it Trump derangement syndrome because when they tried to get it published, it wouldn't be published by medical journals, so they had to rename it. But basically, this is what it is. They get this moment of,
like they just had some Rolaids or something.
And now they're right back to angry and depressed.
God.
And they got to go at it again.
Can't imagine living my life that way, dude.
No, that's what I'm saying. People that come our way are much happier. I mean, okay, so here's my point. Drop my interest rates, don't tax me, stop shooting at me. Okay.
It ain't that much to ask.
Not telling you to close my border, stop shooting at me.
Yeah, right. Let's just do some things that are logical.
Am I being too extreme?
Yeah. Well, according to Aunt Peg, according to the crazy leftists,
close my border, stop shooting at me.
Yes.
Stop showing up at my churches and shooting at us.
Man. Which is so sad. This whole thing is so sad. And we don't got to spend a lot of time on it, but I think it's worth saying that all these people that have deemed, like the Anti-Defamation League, that have deemed just identifying as a Christian as a hate group is incredibly ignorant. Our friend Joey Jones just tweeted out our secretary. It was a quote tweet. Our Secretary of War is an avowed white nationalist. You know what they're showing? They're showing the Christian cross.
What?
They're showing we the people.
Why? And I thought about this because I saw the imagery yesterday. Why are we consistently having to deal with the same things? It's because the left goes back to the same arguments. We're going to highlight these things about Pete Hegseth. We're going to call them what we're going to call them in the interest of not being able to be confirmed. Then it gets confirmed, and it goes away for a little while. And then they turn it into, well, let's see if we can bring it back. It's like the playbook. I tell you, their playbook, it's got dust on it. It's old. It's tired.
And it doesn't work anymore. But they still don't know that.
No.
They've not figured it. At 18% ratings, you would think they would be like, hey, what? How come? And no, they don't. They're like, keep marching, soldiers.
Yep.
And
Let's
keep
keep
destroying
going.
things. Keep tearing things up. Keep blowing up churches. Keep protesting in the streets over things that we'll rent some protesters if we don't have enough.
And I really enjoyed, now again, I'm a little warped with this stuff. I really enjoyed seeing whether it was in Chicago or whether it was in Portland. Like, here's how you handle it.
The panic.
It's like, put them down.
That's right.
And
let
now,
me tell you, they have been.
And now that these people are being dealt with in this way, again, they're trying to start a color revolution. They're trying to be like, look, we told you they're violent. Look how violent they are towards us. What the left does not understand yet is we don't mind.
Dude,
I'm sitting back going, please, if you stand in front of a vehicle or you try and tear gas or you bring a gun to one of these facilities or an explosive device and they put you down hard, we don't have a problem with this.
Zero problem with it. It's like the kid, and I've used this example before, it's like the kid that takes it and takes it and takes it from the bully in the lunchroom. And then finally, when the bully pops him right in the nose, everybody's on that kid's side because they're tired of seeing it.
Tired of seeing it.
It's so simple.
Spent the whole weekend being like, ooh,
yeah.
I'm glad they put that dude down hard.
And when you see him, I mean, like,
and
some of these guys can play. You know, like,
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Dude, some of these kids, some of these people in ICE and in the National Guard and that are out there protecting these cities, some of them can play football or used to.
Yeah,
I'm talking perfect form.
They're dropping shoulders
and putting people on the ground.
Dropping shoulders, really good wrap up. Yes. Dudes on the ground.
Yes.
And it's all play pretend. It's all fun. Until a dude who's bigger than you, stronger than you, puts you on the ground.
And there's always one.
Awesome.
And there's always one that
I
is
love
big.
it.
So
I think it's great.
Me too. Because I'm the guy that can't stand to see the kid picked on. I'm going to be the first person over there trying to defend that kid. And I think you are too, listening to the show. I think you feel that way too. Tug and Los until 10. Thank you for being up like Chuck Foley this morning, up drinking the Mountain Dew.
Thank you, Chuck.
He said no monster for him. He said, I got the Mountain Dew, boy.
It's acquired taste.
Yeah, I used to love it. I'll admit. Man, I used to.
Would you not run out of Jolt?
Yeah.
That's another logo we've lost, the Mountain Dew Hillbilly.
There was a Hillbilly on the Mountain Dew?
Oh, man.
Long time.
Yeah, we got to talk about
I got to
this.
go look that up. I don't remember that. I'm sure, as soon as I see it, I'm sure it'll come back. Chuck screaming at the radio. I remember it.
Yeah.
Damn it. 6 o'clock hour is brought to you by Subaru Gwinnett. When we come back, Mom Donnie's free bus plan in the Big Apple. There's a major snag with it, and it's the cost. Next on Extra.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Good morning. Here are your sports headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. From the NFL, the Monday night doubleheader last night featured the Miami Dolphins beating the New York Jets 27-21 to keep the Jets winless. However, Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his left knee. He is expected to miss the remainder of the season. As for the Broncos, they're now 2-2 after beating the Cincinnati Bengals 28-3. The Major League Baseball playoffs begin today. 4 game ones. We'll start with Cleveland as they host Detroit. That'll be a 1 o'clock game. The Chicago Cubs host the San Diego Padres. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Then this evening's action as the New York Yankees host Boston at 6 p.m. Later on in the evening, the Los Angeles Dodgers host Cincinnati. That will be a 9 o'clock first pitch. With your sports headlines, I'm Carlos Medina.
Backyard, ballpark, or campsite. If there's fire, you can grill at Southern Thunder Barbecue School. Our Grill with the Pros class puts you in the action. In just 4 hours, you'll master steakhouse quality steaks, thick cut pork chops, chicken quarters, veggie kebabs, and wings. A hands-on training under the tutelage of barbecue grand champions. When the cooking is complete, you'll feast. Don't just grill like a pro. Register now at southernthunderbbq.com. That's southernthunderbbq.com.
Hey, it's Los here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetcetera.com, cpapsetc.com. With a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
Fox on Tech.
Still using a card when getting carded? The UK is ready to make that a thing of the past. The United Kingdom is now introducing a digital identification card the government hopes will help get control of illegal employment and also for people to obtain government services. And while the country's press release says there will be no requirement to have this digital ID or produce it on demand, it will be necessary for proving one's right to work within the United Kingdom. The digital IDs work similar to any other card in a digital wallet app on one's phone. The UK currently uses such a model for its national health services. In the US, ID cards for most people are issued by state government in the form of driver licenses. 16 states have digital licenses as options. Critics say mandatory digital ID isn't very private as it centralizes sensitive and personalized information. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
This is House Call for Health. An unsettling possible link between sugary beverages and cancer. A recent study suggesting those types of drinks can directly boost cancer's ability to spread. Researchers at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, in partnership with other institutions, say they found that the combination of glucose and fructose, typically found in soda, fruit juice, or sports drinks, activates a pathway that makes colorectal cancer cells more mobile. The findings, published in Nature Metabolism, suggest that colorectal cancer cells are using the sugars as fuel to enhance their ability to migrate and invade. In the U.S., more than half of adults and nearly 2/3 of young people consume sugar-sweetened beverages daily. For now, the simplest takeaway is that cutting back on sugary drinks may lower not only the risk of developing colorectal cancer, but also its ability to spread once present. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Attention Warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Xtra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Extra. Glad that you're here and up early with us. Listen to some Bob Marley this morning. Goodness gracious. It's the exact, Bob Marley is the exact opposite of Mountain Dew, because we were just talking about Mountain Dew. And Willie the Hillbilly, the logo that I'd forgotten about from the 40s. And the commercials were voiced by Grandpa Jones, who you would see on Hee Haw back in the day. And he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1978.
So when they modernized, they said we need to get out of them hills.
Yeah, we need to get out of the hills, the mountains that create the dew. We need to get far away from that.
And now it's all about skateboard man and
it'll tickle your innards.
That's right. That's back in the day.
It's pretty well done, actually.
That's really good. But yeah, Grandpa Jones.
Kind of get the feeling that Dre is like, I've polished off a Mountain Dew or two.
That's experience talking right there, pal.
I was like, is that you?
Is that you, Grandpa Jones?
My stock comes from deep Alabama.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Deep Alabama.
That's good. That's good living there.
I just remember growing up that the kids who had a whole lot of energy either had Jolt or Mountain Dew in them.
Man, I never had
Surge.
Surge.
That's
that one
another
came
one,
around.
too.
That one came around much later. Jolt was like all the way in the 60s, and then came back. I remember when I was in high school, it came back for a little while, and people would drink. I never had a. Did you ever try one?
Yeah,
you did. Okay, so it's just like super caffeinated.
Just super caffeinated.
Yeah.
Super caffeinated, lots of sugar. Yeah, it was exactly what it said it was.
It gives you a
jolt.
You will be jumping out of your chair. No wonder those kids couldn't sit down in school. Always running around getting in trouble and things.
And then as we got older and they introduced Three Loco to us.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
Oh, you don't know Three Loco?
Uh-uh.
All right, so Dre, let me see if I can make sure I got this right. Timing-wise.
Look it up here.
So this was about 15 years ago.
It was right when I turned 21, so even a little further back
further back then. So Three Loco ends up being a product that not only was like a malt liquor alcohol.
Was it Three Loco or Four Loco?
So it's or Four Loco, right? Four Loco?
Yeah, Four Loco.
Okay, so Four Loco.
Yeah, Four Loco is the alcoholic beverage, yes.
Okay.
But it's often, according to AI, often called Three Loco Drink 2.
Okay, so here was the fun part about it. It was a formulation that included a crazy amount of like caffeine. And so the criticism was that you're drinking it, a depressant in an alcohol, yet you're not feeling the effects, so you think you're totally fine. And so that's where people were drinking too much of it.
And they deemed it, had to take it off the shelves, right?
That formulation had to be removed from the shelves. So long story short, a friend of ours that we used to work with, Brian Hoyt, when he went over to Cumming Beverage Mart like 13, 14 years ago before coming to my house and asked them if they had Four Loco, the guy behind the counter kind of looked at him and was like, you want Four Loco or do you want Four Loco? And he's like, come to the back. The stuff they couldn't put on the shelves, they still had it in the back.
Yeah, that's great. And the guy knew. He was like,
he knew. Which one are you looking for?
That's right.
Because I want to say, Dre, this was like 2011, somewhere right around in there.
2010, according to the AI.
Off the shelves,
so
right.
You're right there.
Somewhere right around in there.
Yeah. No, I had a couple of the original recipe. That was a dangerous mix. And it's like a Red Bull, but it's a little too easy. I mean, it's right there in a can. You just crack them open and you just keep going. Red Bull vodka.
And they're big boys. Like, this is not like a small, like a little thing of Red Bull that you would get over at a regular bar. I mean, this was like a big boy can.
12% ABV.
12%, and then so much caffeine you were doing cartwheels.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why they take this off the shelf.
It's selling too much of it.
That's right.
It did make Mountain Dew look like the responsible.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, okay, you're chill. You're
Didn't
a
Mountain Dew recently come out with an alcoholic version? I feel like, or some Mountain Dew.
Well, Sunny Delight does have one.
I know
Maybe that's what I'm
at
thinking
the Taco Bell in Vegas, you can get a Baja Blast cocktail.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Hard Mountain Dew.
It's also a wedding chapel.
Yeah. Hard Mountain Dew is a thing, and it is available. You can buy it for the variety pack, and I guess it's got all the different different crazy flavors. And you can get it in zero sugar if you'd like. The hard Mountain Dew original zero sugar.
Who's drinking zero sugar Mountain Dew? I don't know.
I mean, isn't that the point if you're going after a Mountain Dew?
Exactly.
I thought it was just the caffeine. It's the sugar too, I guess. Yeah. I would go. I mean, I would try. I mean, if somebody were to show up here occasionally, companies will bring things by and give you a chance to sample them. If somebody brought by a hard Mountain Dew, I'd probably give it a whirl, just at least once. And if they brought by the zero sugar one, I'd probably still buy it. I'd probably still take a little sip, just a little nip, just to see what it's all about. I've not had a Mountain Dew in 25 years, I bet. Maybe longer than that. I can't remember. Cannot physically remember the last time that I had a Mountain Dew. So Mom Donnie up in New York, who I'm afraid, I still feel confident is going to win the mayorship up there. He said the free buses that he's been campaigning on, well, they're not as free as they sound.
Early people who ask me questions about, is it possible to make buses fast and free? I say the cost would be about $600-700 million, which is less than Andrew Cuomo gave to Elon Musk 1 year in tax breaks of $959 million. Showing people the context that we're in and building a coalition where they may not see themselves in me, perhaps, but they may see themselves in the best and the brightest that I'll hire to surround me in City Hall.
$600 million for the free buses. Because nothing's free.
They never get into the details. For instance, if you're going to say anything about Cuomo giving tax cuts to Elon Musk for Tesla to operate, that's because you're going to hire people that are going to bring jobs into the marketplace. Yeah. When you turn something into free, what it does in a community, especially let's face it, it's the biggest city that we have in our country. Mm-hmm. If you're going to run free buses, not only obviously are you going to have to tax the taxpayer, that's part of it, but you're now going to turn it into where homeless sleep.
That's exactly right. Those buses will be drug dens and homeless shelters because they already do that in the place where you sit. Well, the subways too, but just where you sit and wait on the bus. You always see homeless people in.
Now you can operate on these for free without a problem.
Yeah, just climb on up, get up here, and just bring your box.
Part of the reason why you
take Four Loko
with your Four Loko. Part of the reason why you take part in getting on the transit system, and whether you've bought a bus pass or you're paying in front, it's because all right, this actually costs to get on this thing.
Yeah, I should be safe.
It keeps a little bit of the riffraff off of it.
Yeah. So when he's talked about who's going to pay for this, and of course he never brings that up, but if he were to, if somebody had the courage to ask him that question, he would say, well, the rich are going to pay for it. They got to pay their fair share. Now, he would never tell you what that really means. And he also says that the rich are going to stay in New York. If you remember a couple weeks ago.
I'm not going to let them leave.
Yeah. Huh? Well, what? And then he said they'll want to pay their extra taxes because they'll see how good their life is.
Well, we saw that in California, too, when they were proposing to go after anybody who had lived in California, go back 10 years in their taxes if they moved out of the state.
Yeah, which is nuts. So you have to be incredibly gullible to believe all this. I mean, it's taken us 3 minutes to dismantle the entire argument.
Money has legs.
Yeah, it does.
And you will see it leave that community.
That's right.
It will walk on
quickly
out of there, especially as this world has changed and you can conduct so much of your business. You don't need to be married to the city any longer.
You don't. No, you don't. This falls apart with the simplest scrutiny. And yet, New Yorkers, it seems right now they're on pace to elect Zohan Mamdani. We'll see how it all shakes out. But, you had Eric Adams drop out. You got to have the other clown that nobody knows drop out. And then and you're gambling, you're betting, you're putting all the chips on Cuomo, who's low down and dirty, but not a socialist. Oh, man. We're talking about being a rock in a hard place. Goodness gracious. When we come back, if Hamas accepts the peace deal, Trump deserves the Peace Prize. Next on Extra.
Extra 106.3 is the only station in Atlanta to bring you the legend Neil Bortz, a live and local news talk show on your ride in, and the Kimmer Show every afternoon. Be here at 3 for the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Pete Davis here, and football is in full swing. An Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite player is going to go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I play too. This season, I'm looking at Michael Penix Jr. to go higher on touchdown projections and Drake London to go higher on receiving yards. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every every play. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code 1063 to score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Underdog. Make picks. Win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Oh no, what is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Dean's List with Janice Dean.
A postman from Australia makes the Dean's List whose kindness did not go unnoticed. Gurpreet Singh was making his usual rounds when he was caught in a sudden downpour. Gurpreet noticed some sheets hanging outside on a clothesline while he was delivering a package to a home and decided to take them down and place them under a cover to shield them from the heavy rain. The woman who owns the home saw Gurpreet on her security camera and couldn't believe her eyes. She was prepared to come home from work and see her soaking wet sheets, but instead saw that they were dry and covered thanks to their mailman. She posted about the good deed with the video, and the message was shared thousands of times. A local morning show interviewed Gurpreet after his story was shared all over the world. He says it took just 60 seconds to take care of the woman's laundry, and he would do it again in a heartbeat. He doesn't understand why so many were touched by the gesture, but knew he would have wanted someone to do the same for his family. Janice Dean, Fox News.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Xtra app.
They have 17 hours left. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, to approve new funding in Congress to keep the government operating.
We're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind.
Vice President Vance, after a meeting at the White House with congressional leaders in both parties that did not lead to what Republicans demand, the 7-week funding extension the House already passed.
We are not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of everyday Americans. Period. Full stop.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries demands provisions to extend health care subsidies set to expire at the end of the year. Before that meeting, President Trump tried to broker a peace deal for Gaza.
Ending the war immediately, getting all of our hostages back.
It's a 20-point plan that would also put in place a temporary Gaza government, not run by Hamas or the Palestinian Authority. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu supports it, but if Hamas rejects the plan, he says they'll finish the job in Gaza militarily.
This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way. But it will be done.
This morning, President Trump will act as commander-in-chief at a big military meeting with his war secretary.
Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered nearly all of the 1, 2, 3, and 4-star generals and admirals serving around the world to appear in person for the mandatory meeting. The Military Times reports the secretary's address will discuss a new Pentagon document that will shift the department's priorities to a focus on the homeland and Western Hemisphere.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. 2 days after a man attacked a church in Michigan, driving through the entrance, shooting worshipers, and setting the building on fire. Fox's Brooke Taylor reports from Grand Blanc.
Officials are now saying that all of those victims have thankfully been accounted for. 4 people killed and at least 8 more injured, including 2 who are in critical condition right now.
Now, that gunman was shot and killed by police. America's listening to Fox News.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. it's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
Does your friend listen to an old station whose news gives them the blues? Set your friend right. Tell him to download the Extra 106.3 app.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra. We have afternoon baseball. I mean, what more could you ask for on a Tuesday than afternoon baseball?
The Braves to be involved in it.
Well, I know.
But
you can't ask for everything. Can't have everything.
Hey, I've had it since 2018.
Yeah, we've been in a good spot. It didn't go like we wanted it to, and it's okay. Next year, there's always next year. If Cubs fans have taught me anything over the years,
there's always next year.
There's always next year. That's been their motto for how long?
Just got some things to shore up and take care of, and then we'll be all right.
And I expect that they will.
I mean, how often back-to-back seasons can your pitching blow up like this?
That's right. That's exactly right. It reminds me of, and I told you all this.
Aunt Peg?
Yeah, well, no. I had to mute her on social
Speaking
media.
of blow up.
Yeah, I had to mute her on social media. My sweet Aunt Peg. She just cannot with the politics on social media. So, I don't unfriend her because I love her and don't want to hurt her feelings, but I just mute it. That way I don't see it. Because that's where she gets it all off her chest.
I have tried that, and there's only two that it doesn't seem to work at all for. One is my uncle who's a little crazy.
Yeah.
The other one is, can we please stop having me identify snakes? Like, all I get is snake identifications. And I've had it because I don't really like snakes.
Yeah, right. Well, but you posted the thing. That's probably why, right? Because you posted that video?
It's listening to me.
Yeah.
It heard me bring up that my neighbor had a big old snake will go by his Ring doorbell camera.
Yeah.
Like 4 feet up in the air.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So that happened last week. But now and I don't even post Facebook. I just glanced through it to see who's getting married, who's having another
birthday,
kid.
Because that's all Facebook is.
Which friends of mine are getting divorced, just so I don't step in that bear trap.
Yeah, absolutely. How's Johnny? Well, we divorced 2 weeks ago.
Haven't seen you with Deb in a while. Well, she took the house.
Yeah. And she's got a man living in there with her.
Oh, it sounds awful. And you made it up. It's not me. I'm living in a month-to-month down over off of Windward Parkway.
I'm in a post apartment.
Oh, what a horrible scenario.
So, it's awful.
So that's what I go to Facebook for.
That's right. That's what everybody goes.
I want to know what landmines I need to avoid. I need to know, for instance, when somebody's battling some sort of disease, so I just so I can ask.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what are things I didn't know about?
How you holding up?
So our friend, as you now point out once again, how incredibly fake is that picture with Trump 2020 across his chest, this being the guy who shot up the Mormon church over in Michigan.
But the fact that MSNBC is using that picture.
They're using the same picture.
The Swalwell doctored, the photoshopped picture. That's what they're using on MSNBC. We watch MSNBC in the morning, so you don't have to.
It's still like that's what they're trying to do. Okay, so as I was saying, my issue that I run into is like my friend Brandon Adams, Bulldog Daily.
Yeah, great guy.
Apparently, Brandon's had some sort of voice issue going on, so he hasn't been able to broadcast for a while, what it sounds like. And so now, today, he's actually getting to broadcast.
Okay, good.
So apparently he's got some sort of illness that does affect the vocal cords. Well, that's the man's livelihood.
Yeah.
I had to go back and look through all of his posts to find out what was going on.
Sure.
So it's a digital trail for me, so now I'm caught up on the story.
Right, yeah. You had to get your Inspector Gadget on.
Right.
You had to go figure it all out.
Got to find out what's going on with my friend.
I always do that with, so you see a post on X and you'll be like, Well, that makes sense. What prompted this? And then you have to go find the thread and then read backwards. You know, you ever do that where you just have you have to put all the pieces together? That's exactly the way that life on social media is, just trying to figure it all out and figure where it's come from. But Facebook is a different animal. It's a different animal altogether because it's mainly, like you're saying, birthdays, anniversaries. I'm sick, pray for us. They're sick, pray for them.
Or wants to sell me stuff, which I'm fine with that too.
Absolutely, sure. Facebook Marketplace ain't bad. I've bought a few things, handful of things, couple things off Facebook Marketplace, but more than anything I've sold on there. So if there's a reason to keep it, maybe that's it. And to wish everybody happy birthday, because that's all it is. Happy birthday. Every day I get like a little notification. Hey, do you know it's these 15 people's birthday? You need to tell them happy birthday today.
Do you ever feel bad when you don't?
Yes, and you forget. Yeah, a little bit. I don't think anybody notices, to be honest.
No, I use it as a reminder of which friends I need to actually text.
Yeah.
Like the other day.
Yes.
I got the reminder. Yeah, I got the reminder exactly that it was Scotty Mack's birthday, our operations manager. And
same here.
I was like, hey, Scotty Mack, happy birthday.
And I actually, same here. I actually sent him a text versus, I think I probably posted it there too. But and that's the thing. When you get if it's your birthday, you get 300 happy birthdays. There's no way to go through and respond thank you to every single person. And now they've created the little thing where you can just say thank you to everybody that wished me happy birthday, and it goes to everybody that did, which is handy and smart.
Yeah, that's much easier.
Yeah.
Much easier use of my time.
That's exactly right.
Let me get this straight. An app that I barely use outside of identifying snakes and birthdays and disease and divorce. Right. I want to go back and respond to 300 people.
300 people saying happy birthday. Not a chance of it. Not a chance of it. Neil Bortz, Talkmaster, coming up at 7:25. The only place to get Neil Bortz is here on Extra 106.3. Last week, we'll give Neil a bit of a hard time. Last week, he woke up late. Man, he had slobber down the side of his mouth. And, how when you wake up, startled. It's like the queen just woke me up.
You woke him up from a fever dream?
Yes. Yes, absolutely, dude. Just drool everywhere. That was the way he was, and it took him for the first couple minutes to even be, because you were on vacation.
Yeah, I was still out.
Me and Angela were trying to walk him through it, just hold his hand, and man, it was touch and go there for a minute.
And you knew that all he's wearing is I guess they were his Pumas in a white shirt that was lacking sleeves. It's all he had on.
That's right. Yuck. Nobody wants to think about
his
that.
Pumas. I love it.
Although, at least with the Puma, it's not like, as I remember being a youngin', you'd see your daddy every now and then change or whatever, and he'd be wearing the tighty whities. That was the thing in the 80s and the 90s. Do people still wear tidy whities?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I prefer to work out in those. I don't want to work out in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the reason why.
Okay.
So, boxers are completely out. Like, I don't even know where you buy boxers anymore. Like, they're just no supports, no comfort.
No, exactly.
And the only thing is the boxer briefs. I've noticed that once I've gotten an older pair, it does some of the fraying.
Oh yeah, and it starts rubbing you.
And it starts rubbing you funny.
Raw there.
And then it's like that's not comfortable. So I just avoid that with the white tidy.
Wow. Okay. I've never had the issue, but
I'll change into those when I go work out today.
But the one thing I do notice with the boxer brief, especially the kind that are more flexible, whatever, they pull all your leg hair. Have you ever noticed that? I'll take that as a no.
No. I'm thinking way back, and I'm like, no.
I experience about once a week. I'm like, oh!
For some reason, they're pulling at Tug's leg hair. I'm trying to be supportive,
yeah,
friend.
I know.
Like, I looked you up on Facebook, and I'm trying to find out if maybe my leg hair's pulled too, and it just I don't recall it.
No. But, about once a week. I don't know what it is.
What are you buying? Is it the Pumas?
No, it's any of them, all of them, every one of them. It's any of them that are the stretchy material, like the dry fit material. They always get me.
Because I do like the dry fit boxer, like I'll work out in that. If I have to.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
But the regular cotton ones, I don't want to work out in those.
No. But that's the only thing. Now the cotton ones, I don't think they don't pull your leg hair out as bad, or at least for me, they don't. But any of the dry fit type,
I'm sorry you deal with that.
And it's usually just like one, and it's just enough so you know you're like, oh, you come up out of your seat.
How weird. I know. But it's funny.
And you should see my wife when it happens. She's like, oh, what just happened? What could possibly have just happened? You're just sitting there.
I was like, did somebody take a red hot poker and
dude,
get you on the butt cheek?
It's what it feels like. It's what it feels like. If somebody knows what I'm talking about, please save me here so I don't sound just like an insane person.
You sound like an insane person.
I know I do, but I swear it happens. I'm not making it up. I put my hand on the good book.
You're going to hear from Neil Bortz here in a minute.
It's like the underwear gnomes from the South Park episode. You're just hiding out, pulling your leg hairs.
Just sitting there messing with you.
Yeah, it happens, y'all. It happens. Donald Trump has got this peace deal rolling, and it's so good. And if he were to be able to pull this off, the dude deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Will he get it? Absolutely not. But he's leading the way again on peace. He's brokered a deal with sworn enemies, Israel and Hamas. And if this was anybody else, he'd get the prize. He won't. His efforts won't be celebrated. He'll be called fascist and Nazi still. Ignorance. The ignorance of it all knows no bounds. Here's him talking about the deal.
A part of the bigger picture, which is peace in the Middle East. And let's call it eternal peace in the Middle East. So this is far more than anybody expected, but the level of support that I've had from the nations in the Middle East and surrounding Israel and neighbors of Israel has been incredible, incredible. Every single one of them. This afternoon, after extensive consultation with our friends and partners throughout the region, I'm formally releasing our principles for peace, which people have really liked, I must say. And these are done not just routinely done, these are done with total consideration and working with the nations that we're talking about. All of these nations have made contributions to those suggestions. I want to thank the leaders of many Arab and Muslim nations for their tremendous support in developing the proposal, along with many of our allies in Europe. Europe has been very much involved, and as I was called by many of the European leaders, most of them saying, is this true? Are you really doing peace in the Middle East? This is the most incredible thing we've heard. Some think it's the biggest thing they've ever heard. They called just to find out, was it just a rumor or is it actually done? And then they said, have you spoken to the Arab leaders? Have you spoken to all of the other leaders that we have to get? A lot of people involved in this one.
And every nation that is on board, and all these Middle Eastern nations like Saudi Arabia, the Iranians, they're not, but you wouldn't expect that. But everybody else is. And the kicker on this, Los, it doesn't matter this plan is going to be implemented regardless. Hamas has 48 hours about left to make a decision, and they've not yet. They've not said whether they would accept this deal. But it's either they accept it and we're moving forward with this 21-point plan that Trump will helm and all these other countries are in support of, and let's say Hamas rejects it. Every one of those same Arab nations, every one of the European nations says, Israel, go finish the job. You do whatever it takes to get it done. And then we're going to implement the plan anyway.
That's quite a different ways away from they're committing genocide.
Exactly.
Now, I know that we oftentimes will bring up history. And what you're essentially trying to do is what you did during the 1940s with Germany. You are taking what is an ideology, you've blown it apart, you've bombed the citizenry, you have ravaged the entire country, and now you're splitting this thing up between the allies to manage it. In this case, I think what is interesting and what's provocative about this peace deal is that you're getting other Arab countries in the area who have no interest in anything with Palestine or Hamas outside of, here's our token support.
Yes,
here's
that's
our
right.
stamp.
Because we have to say it.
Right. In this case, you're going to divide this thing up and say, it's going to be managed by all these countries, and Hamas, you're not part of this at all.
At all. You have
none.
Now, I do wonder, where does Hamas go? I mean, I guess some of these people that have been radicalized, they get, I mean, obviously they can't have any role in the leadership or the governance of it, but where do they go? If they don't stick around there, are they going to Egypt? Are they going to Jordan? Where do those people go?
Those countries don't want them.
Of course they don't. So where do they go? That's the only question mark, and I don't know how to answer it.
Is it a matter of having to hardcore detox off of ideology?
Yes, because there is going to be a whole program to de-radicalize the Palestinians who do believe, that Israel doesn't deserve to exist. Now, the small portion of Palestinians who want nothing to do with Hamas, obviously they're going to live the way they should in peace.
It's encouraging.
It's going to be challenging, dude.
Yes. But is it significantly better than anything that's come before? I don't know. It just hasn't been tried this way. So why not?
Yeah.
Because nothing else has seemed to really matter. Nothing else has seemed to work. I mean, Bill Clinton brings it up.
Yeah.
Whenever he's asked about the Middle East, he's like, I had a 2-state deal. He's like, we had it all done. Here was security for each one of them. Here's what we have. And he's like, and the Palestinians wouldn't take it because all they wanted was, we have to destroy Israel.
That's exactly right.
There was an ideology that had been taught to their children, and they carried it forward. Now, what has Israel basically done? I'm not denying it. They have tried to murder the ideology out of that area. But that's war.
It is, and that's the thing. Everybody conveniently forgets that. Well, it's genocide. No, it's people that are defending themselves because they're continuously attacked. And October 7, obviously, the biggest that we've seen in many, many years. But if your back is against the wall every day, if you had to deal with that in your life every day, eventually you're going to be like, I do not care anymore.
If there was let's just say you had a neighboring family in another county, Tug, and they hated the cowards. In fact, they showed up to your house, and it's like 5 members of that family just started shooting. And let's say put your wife in a wheelchair. Does it make sense that then you went to go kill every member of that family?
Yes.
And every subsequent member of that family?
Exactly.
And then do you have this name of this family?
100%. And you want to eliminate the threat.
You want to eliminate all ideology of that family.
That's right.
That is what is going on. And we do have those moments where everyone, is holier than thou. And when it comes to Israel, it's turned into, look, the people in the United Nations are walking out when Netanyahu goes to speak. I get it. I was like, I understand what's going on there.
But they never take into consideration the example you've given.
But you are trying to eliminate an ideology, and there's only one way to really do that. You gotta cleanse the whole area.
Well, look at World War II.
That's what it was. I mean, this is what our history says.
That's exactly right, man.
This is what goes on. So if you get a peace deal where the rest of the Arab world is cutting this thing into different pieces that they're all managing, probably better.
And
at least it's different.
And all of those same nations, Los, I think this can't be overstated and overlooked. Those Arab nations said if Hamas doesn't agree with it, you got the green light to go finish. And then as soon as you finish.
And then we'll come in.
Then we're going to do it anyway. So it is going to happen. This plan is going to happen. Whether they participate or not, it is up to them.
It's just interesting that they're getting other areas in the region, countries that have largely just said, we don't want anything to do with the Palestinians or Palestine or any of that area. And they're like, all right, this is an opportunity.
How often have we brought that up, though? That these nations, like...
They have walls for these people because they don't want anything to do with them.
Because they know what would happen to them just like it happens to Israel.
It goes into critical mass, and then the Palestinians want to take over your country.
Exactly right. Neil Bortz, the Talkmaster, is scheduled for next. Did you get him? I sent Jeray.
He is standing by.
Let's go. He is wide awake. There's no drool down the side of his face like last week.
Puma Bortz.
That's right.
Rawr.
It's Puma Bortz. Next on Extra 1063.
Extra 1063 is Atlanta's home for NASCAR, and we have live races every weekend from across the country. Check out extra1063.com for the full schedule and join us this weekend for live NASCAR action.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Hey
Atlanta Braves fans, this is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
This is House Call for Health. A new study reveals some fruits and vegetables may cause higher levels of pesticide to be consumed than others. The study, published in the International Journal of Hygiene and Environmental Health, says eating some produce can lead to having higher pesticide levels found in the urine compared to eating other produce. The Environmental Working Group has dubbed these higher level pesticide fruits and veggies as the Dirty Dozen. Researchers noting 203 pesticides on the Dirty Dozen list, with the most toxic mixtures found on green beans, spinach, peppers, and leafy greens. Onions, papaya, and watermelon were among the least contaminated foods, and they were added to the Clean 15 list. Experts recommend thoroughly washing all produce, to buy organic if possible, and to choose mostly foods from the Clean 15 list. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
It's September 30th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. Today is National Chewing Gum Day. Give your jaws a workout by grabbing a pack of your favorite gum and start chewing. Chewing gum can trace its origins back thousands of years when people used tree bark tar because it was believed to have medicinal properties. Today, there are hundreds of varieties of gum to choose from. Some are used to freshen your breath, while others can help you blow gigantic bubbles. And chewing gum has some health benefits as well. Studies have shown that it can help relieve stress and help improve your memory. Also on this date, in 1939, NBC aired the first televised college football game. The Fordham Rams beat Waynesburg University 34-7. And the man who became a cultural icon, actor James Dean, was tragically killed in a car accident in 1955. He was just 24. If it's your birthday today, you share it with American jazz artist and bandleader drummer Buddy Rich, born in 1917. I'm Tushar Saxena, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
Fox Rocks.
I'm Michelle Polino. Bad Bunny will headline the upcoming Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show February 8th in Santa Clara, California. He will be the first Puerto Rican-born artist to headline the Super Bowl. Jay-Z's company, Rock Nation, selected the halftime show and has been doing so since 2019. Last year, Kendrick Lamar headlined the show. And Zach Bryan just made history as the first artist to ever play Michigan Stadium. On Saturday night, he packed in 112,408 fans. That set a new record for the largest ticketed concert audience in U.S. history. According to promoter AEG Presents, the show with special guest John Mayer and support from Ryan Bingham and the Texas Gentlemen, plus Joshua Sloan, also shattered merch sales records, pulling in $5 million. The previous record holder was George Strait at Kyle Field in Texas. Michigan Stadium is the largest stadium in the country and the third largest in the world. That's Fox Rocks on Fox News.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
Here are your Georgia headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. A man wanted for terrorist threats in Sandy Springs was arrested at a South Georgia Walmart while charging his Tesla on Monday. Deputies say the suspect had fled Leesburg police earlier in the day. He was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Lee County Jail. Cobb County officials are asking for public input on road safety plans near Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. The proposal calls for widening Old Highway 41, adding roundabouts and pathways, and building a pedestrian tunnel to help visitors safely reach overflow parking. Online feedback is being accepted through early October. Construction is expected in 2027. And Cobb County officials completed a $24 million renovation of the sheriff's headquarters building. The project included upgrades to technology, security, and infrastructure systems, modernizing the 3-decade-old facility. Sheriff Craig Owens said the improvements will enhance operations, safety, and efficiency for both staff and the public. Today's weather, partly cloudy and windy with scattered thunderstorms possible this afternoon. We have a high of 80 degrees. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra and Extra 106.3. Thank you for being here. And we welcome the one, the only, the Talkmaster, Neil Bortz, to the show. Neil, what is up with you, pal? How are you?
Crowd goes wild.
That's them right there. It's like when baseball starts tonight. You know, and the crowd will be going wild. They're all going wild for you, Neil Bortz, right now.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, last leg, we'll be home tonight, so.
Okay.
And see what's going on there before we leave again.
Yeah. You got another trip planned already?
Always.
Son, dude, this is living. Los, we need to live like this one day.
Well, you will. You're in radio. This is the way we retire.
Sir.
This is exactly what happens.
Sir.
We all just leave the business and we never get anywhere near it ever again.
That's right. Until it drags you back in, just like we've drugged Neil Bortz back in.
Well, I just have to make. Where's the Super Bowl this year? Next year, whenever it is.
Ooh, I've got to take a quick look at that.
Bay Area. In the Bay Area.
All right, so we're.
I just have to be there. I mean, the chance of a lifetime.
Oh, I see what direction we're headed.
I cannot miss this. I have to be there because Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime show.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not meant for you.
No,
it's not meant for me. It's meant for a different audience.
Oh, I'm so excited. Bad Bunny. I mean, how could anybody ever miss that?
Well, you know, like I know a couple songs, but I'm not. He's not, again, like Los was saying.
I wouldn't even admit that.
Well, Neil, I'm a
It's
music
not
guy.
meant for Neil. Now, that's the other part about the NFL lost Neil quite a long time ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But what the NFL has shown is that they can pretty much do whatever they want, and a majority of the audience is going to hang with them. This is about how do you get that housewife who enjoys this music, or my 15-year-old daughter to watch this stuff. That's what the audience is for.
Have her committed.
Well, she's not crazy, Neil. I've met the child.
If she likes Bad Bunny, maybe she needs to be, a little, what do they call it? Or not an indoctrination, but where a bunch of people.
What, are we going to have her scared straight? Am I going to have a bunch of people sitting there yelling at her about
You're not listen to Bad Bunny anymore.
If you listen to more Bad Bunny, you'll be in prison by 25.
That's right.
Does he even sing, or does he just talk fast?
I think it's kind of
it's a mix of the two.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Yeah, it's
okay.
kind of
Well,
hip-hop
enough about Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
Now, I heard one of you said we'll bring eternal peace. This deal that Trump appears to have negotiated.
I know Donald Trump may have said something like that.
I don't think we've said it, but yeah.
Eternal peace is only death.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'll tell you what brings eternal peace.
What's that?
The end of Islam, that stupid cult created by a rag picker in the middle of the desert after several attempts at bringing fame and fortune had already failed him. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll create a religion.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. If I can just start my own church and get the amount of tax breaks, it's genius. He just happened to beat us to it.
I wonder what kind of tax breaks he got.
I don't think he probably didn't get any. I think that's probably more nowadays.
There cannot, unless there is a drastic change in the philosophy of this fake religion, this cult, there's not going to be an eternal peace. They will just buy time and continue moving to their eternal goal, is a world without Christians.
Yes, especially the radical part of that religion will definitely tell you that. They don't hide it.
But you're not
in Dearborn, Michigan.
You're not going to eradicate it. All you can do is try and modernize those that will be willing to be modernized. But the problem ends up being is that if you always say, well, there's only like 1% to 2% that are very violent. Well, when you have a billion people,
big number.
Yeah, and I guess the majority of the German population was as violent as no. I'm sorry. In fact, and I've actually looked for this, and I know that people have developed a chart or a plan or what have you that generally is followed by Islam to execute their complete takeover. We start with this, then we move to this, then we move to this, and finally we get to the point that you have to accept it or you're going to die.
I saw,
and that's the chart of Islam. By the way, completely changing subjects.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, because I've just finished over the last couple of weeks thousands of miles in the Bortz bus. Okay, and once again, and people get so tired of me on this, I wish to announce that drivers, by and large, are complete idiots.
Amen to that. I have faced one of them this morning on 285.
You do several thousands of miles, and you will lose a little bit of faith in humanity when it comes to driving.
Well, I mean, especially in Georgia. But then I had to travel the length of Georgia, top to bottom, twice in the last couple of weeks. I mean, this is a state, Georgia, and I'm not in Georgia anymore. I'm at the World Equestrian Center. But you have to travel in Georgia to see that idiots in cars still get onto an expressway entrance lane, go down to the end, and then stop and look over their shoulder to see when there's a break in the traffic so they can get on the expressway.
Yeah.
I mean, they do this. And that's why in the boards bus, that's why we travel down the center lane. Because I don't want to be in that right-hand lane when one of these idiots whose driver's test what took place between orange cones in a DMV parking lot. I don't want to be in the right lane when they come right up next to me and say, oh, time to get on the expressway, and then move over, or when they slam on the brakes and start waiting for a break in the traffic. I mean, we don't do anything. It used to be y'all don't do anything in Georgia to ensure that these people can drive. I mean, I had one lady yesterday, no surprise, a lady. I had her all of a sudden pull into the center lane doing maybe 45, 50 miles an hour. So I had to hit the brakes, slow down, wait until I could pass her. And when I passed her, she was steering with her knees while she had both hands on a mini iPad.
Oh, God.
All right, so that ends up being the problem because you're in an elevated position. You get to see everyone.
Yeah.
You know exactly
that's
what's
when
going
you
on.
start to go, all right, I really have a problem with this.
Yeah.
Oh, the stuff I've seen.
I can only imagine. A listener, David, just called in and asked how many miles on the Bortz bus?
Well, maybe 100.
100,000?
100,000?
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Well,
okay. Maintaining that thing well then.
Well, the engine, it's designated or 1 million miles. I mean,
Wow.
this is supposed to be good. The engines, not the interior with all that fancy stuff. Who knows?
Sure.
But the chassis, the engine, the Volvo D13, the Allison transmission, all that kind of stuff, supposed to be good for 1 million miles.
Good Lord, 1 million.
Well, my radio career is going so well, my bus is going to go 2 million miles.
My radio career is going so well. My bus, I don't have a bus.
my bus.
I don't have a bus. I ain't never going to have a bus. I'm jealous of Neil Bortz and his bus.
Well, you know, I love driving it. I do, but boy,
yeah, you
like
get to see it all.
Yesterday, I wanted to pull into a rest area, and there's a truck being driven in front of me. Funny thing about air brakes, you probably know a little about air brakes, but if the air pressure to operate the brakes fails, guess what happens?
You go slamming into whatever you're trying to avoid.
No, the parking brakes automatically engage.
Well, see, that would be on your bus, Tug.
Yeah, that's right.
Not on Neil's bus.
That's right. That'd be on the hillbilly bus.
So imagine how fast that truck stops, and if you're traveling behind it in line to get on that off at that rest area, imagine how fast you have to stop.
Yeah.
So that happened to me yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I maybe stopped, I guess, 10 feet. I had 10 feet left between us.
Goodness gracious.
And all the cabinets in the kitchen here, the galley, were completely deranged.
I was doors flying open, plates going every which way.
Oh, yeah.
The queen's asking what in the world's going on.
And then the kid, he looked to be maybe, I don't know how old you have to have a CDL, but he looked to be early 20s, and he had a tarantula on his head.
Like a real one or a tattoo?
Neither.
Oh.
That's what I have come to describe the current braid fad.
Ah, got it. Okay.
It's all these guys wearing tarantulas on their heads.
Got it. All right.
So he got out of the bus or his truck, and he's screaming and yelling, and he's just losing his mind. And I'm calling 911. Get out here! He's got an exit ramp blocked. He's screaming and yelling at people, and so they came, calmed him down, and then I finally got to pull around him because he put up his warnings, his little reflective triangles and all that. He put them up right next to the bus. So if I was going to leave, I was going to drive over him. Not polite.
Yes.
So, but I mean, where do these people come from? Anyway. Bad Bunny. Maybe that was Bad Bunny.
Maybe it was Bad Bunny when he was before he was an international superstar.
Can I ask Neil about the meme from last night? Because I don't know if Neil's gotten a chance to see it, but what I've been trying to instruct the audience, Neil, especially my Democrat friends, whenever Donald Trump trolls you, you have to understand that he's trolling you, he's making fun of you, and if you play into it, you're playing right into his hands.
Okay, who was he after last night?
So last night he took the Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, their impromptu press conference about the government shutdown, and somebody put the entire meme and the entire video to like the Mexican hat dance. Hakeem Jeffries has a sombrero on and a really bad mustache, and Chuck Schumer is talking about how no one will vote for them anymore, including the black community. So we have to put together things to take care of illegals. And Donald Trump reposted this video.
He didn't create it.
Somebody made it, had fun with it, and he decided, I'm going to put it out there. And immediately, whether it's CNN and Caitlin Collins or MSNBC, it was, well, that's racist.
Oh, of course.
But it's hilarious. It's funny. It's like he's trolling you.
I'm going to go looking for it as soon as
you'll love it.
Text it to him. Los can just text it to you.
I'll send it on over to you. You'll love it. It's hilarious.
As soon as you dump me,
He'll be watching it.
Can you believe this, Schumer and Jeffries? They want to extend Obama's COVID benefits. How long has that been?
Yeah.
And then they want money to prop up the liberal media because obviously the liberal media cannot stand on its own.
That's right. And so they want all these things, and Trump's like, no way, y'all shut it down. It's going to be on y'all. And when you do it, I'm going to start just slicing and dicing the government workforce.
I know. And
he wins either way.
That's the good thing. All of a sudden, people, they're not laid off because of a partial government. They're let go. And then, well, I'm sorry. I mean, look, things seem to be operating pretty well right now, even though the Democrats have shut down funding. So we're going to trim the ranks even more. We're going to fire 10, maybe 20, who knows, a couple of 100,000 people. And we're going to start trimming it down so that the Democrats can't pull this nonsense every single freaking year. And boy, I remember, I think it was during the Clinton years, that the Democrats made their planning for a government shutdown. They made it clear. They went out there to various government worker unions, and there should be no government worker unions. But they went out to them and said, look, we need a couple of examples. Well, fine, boss. What can we get you? We need some families, union workers with children who will be laid off if there is a government shutdown. We want them to be ready to be interviewed and talk about how tough it is for them right here when you're planning for the holidays and for Christmas. What a devastating impact this is having on their family. We might lose our home. Our car might be repossessed. We need to get these people lined up and ready so as soon as the Republicans shut down the government, we can present them to the network television powers, and they'll willingly run them because they're basically Democrat. And they had all this set up, and that's exactly what they did. And people in this country, these kids aren't going to have Christmas. And all the time they knew that as soon as an agreement was reached and the funding returned, all of these workers, all of them, would be paid whatever they lost during the layoffs. They'd all get their back. And they play this game every year, and the media lets them play this game every year. And the Myrmidons, I love that word. You know what a Myrmidon is?
I've got a Google machine. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Myrmidon?
We're looking it up right now. Continue, please, sir.
Oh, if Myrmidons doesn't describe run-of-the-mill Democrats, I don't know what does. I mean, I bet
subordinate of a powerful person, typically unscrupulous or carries out.
Okay, read it out loud for everybody, so everybody in the class can understand.
A follower or subordinate of a powerful person, typically someone who's unscrupulous or carries out orders unquestionably.
There you go.
Yeah.
Blindly follows the orders of their superiors.
Sounds like a cult.
In Greek mythology, they were commanded, they were the soldiers of Achilles.
Yeah, there
and again, didn't question anything.
Doesn't that sound like a Democrat to you?
Certainly does. Don't question anything. And if you get out of line, Los and I talk about it all the time. If you get out of line, they will have nothing to do. They will excommunicate you.
Or execute you.
Or either one, yes.
And what else did the Democrats? Well, they want some DEI funding, of course.
None of this is going to be popular once as it all is getting laid out, the trillions of dollars in spending. Because I was assured that there were no Social Security benefits that were going to illegals. I was told that when it came to any of the funding for emergency management, that was not going to illegals. Everything has been going to illegals because illegals is the lifeblood and the best big hope for the Democrat Party moving forward.
Oh, absolutely, because if Biden had won, we would not have made it through his second administration without proposals being floated to make illegals who have been here for X number of years eligible for citizenship.
That's Nancy Pelosi has as much said it. She said we want to legalize all these people. She's said it multiple times. It's not they're not even trying to hide it.
No, and then they'll vote. And they'll vote for us.
Yeah.
And that was always the plan.
Yeah, it was.
And Biden losing was just devastating to these people.
Yeah. It's been a disaster for them and the entire party because all the money's dried up too because they're not able to launder it.
Look at all the strange, idiotic, moronic things that have been going on in this country, like this 14-year-old sophomore at an Iowa high school with facial hair. I talked about this yesterday in my commentary. With facial hair. But he likes to stand in the girls' locker room and watch them change clothes for gym class. And parents complained, and the school officials said, it's okay. He identifies as a woman. So he's allowed to be in the girls' locker room while they're changing clothes. But then, when it's time for him to change clothes for PE, where does he go? He goes to the boys' locker room.
Yeah.
And this is all enabled by Democrats.
Exactly right.
These are not Republican Party policies. They are Democrat policies. And in this nation, I mean, how long are we going to tolerate this idiocy from a major political party?
They're at an 18% approval, so I think most people have seen the light. Or at least the biggest portion of the country says this is unacceptable. We're not putting up with this.
Well, they may be 18% approval, but what else do they have? Their approval among the media, the people that form opinions, the people who ostensibly provide us with our information. The approval rate among media moguls for Democrats is way the hell above 18%. And so we're getting fed daily. The American people are being fed the Democrats are good, Republicans are evil. Democrats love democracy, Republicans are fascist. They're being fed this every single day by the major media. An 18% approval rating is good. It's amusing, but it's not going to mean a hell of a lot when the approval rating for Democrats among the media types is over 90%.
Media information is like ultra-processed food. It will kill you. It is not good for you. So do not listen to them.
Come on. I mean, Codger's got to eat somewhere. So.
Well, we want you to stay healthy, so eat something good. Don't listen to the media because that'll rot your brain, and don't eat ultra-processed food. That'll rot your body.
Well, I think I have about 250 miles until home.
Well,
get on home.
Safe travels,
Yeah,
sir.
safe travels, Neil.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just...
And check out the video I sent you.
Yes. Get ready to laugh.
Get ready to commentary off that.
And by the way, kids, when you're merging onto an expressway, at the bottom of that ramp, you should be going as fast as everybody on that expressway is going. You don't look over your shoulder and wait for a spot.
Yeah, it's not a yield. It is a go. Get on the interstate as quickly as you can.
Move your hayseed asses and get on. Never mind.
Talk Master Neil Bortz on Xtra 106.3. Thanks, Neil.
Okay, guys. See you later.
When we come back, J.K. Rowling with a brutal and honest statement about someone she's always tried to protect next on Xtra.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Good morning. Here are your sports headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. From the NFL, the Monday night doubleheader last night featured the Miami Dolphins beating the New York Jets 27-21 to keep the Jets winless. However, Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his left knee. He is expected to miss the remainder of the season. As for the Broncos, they're now 2-2 after beating the Cincinnati Bengals 28-3. The Major League Baseball playoffs begin today. 4 game ones will start with Cleveland as they host Detroit. That'll be a 1:00 game. The Chicago Cubs host the San Diego Padres. That'll be at 3:00. Then this evening's action as the New York Yankees host Boston at 6 p.m. Later on in the evening, the Los Angeles Dodgers host Cincinnati. That will be a 9:00 first pitch. With your sports headlines, I'm Carlos Medina. Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates, and they're primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Take a pause.
Want to sleep just steps away from lions and tigers and bears? An animal sanctuary in San Diego County called Lions and Tigers and Bears is hosting a spooky campover October 24th.
It's a really great time. We have a haunted house that's awesome. We have trick-or-treating. We have costume contests. We have pumpkin carving.
The sanctuary's Leanne Chapman says people get to sleep just a few feet away from their big animals.
They're in their tents. They're hearing the lions roar and the tigers going. It's really, they don't sleep a whole lot usually when they come here because people are up really late.
And in the morning, treats.
So all the pumpkins that get carved the night before, we get them all stuffed with goodies, and all the animals get pumpkins for their treats.
Leanne says it's perfectly safe. Campers are protected by double fencing and more, so no one will become a Halloween treat for a lion, tiger, or bear. Take pause. Jill Nato, Fox News.
This is Fox on Justice. The jury found would-be Trump assassin Ryan Ruth guilty on all 5 charges. And then there was chaos in the courtroom moments after the verdict was announced, when Ruth tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen. U.S. Marshals immediately restrained Ruth and took him out of the courtroom. Ruth's daughter, Sarah, stood up and screamed, quote, "Don't do anything. I will get you out. This is all rigged," and stormed out of the courtroom crying alongside her brother, visibly angry at the media.
We all go to hell. Lies! Spreading lies about my father.
Legal analysts say Ruth's defense was weak. He tried to suggest that he was merely staging a peaceful protest and not an assassination attempt because the rifle never fired. In his closing argument, he told the jury, quote, "This case answers itself. There was never any intent. The proof is obvious." The jury deliberated for just over 2 hours before handing down that guilty verdict. His sentencing won't take place until December 18th. He faces life in prison. I'm Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News.
Mike the engineer found this nugget of joy.
Yes.
After careful consideration, I've decided not to give up my guns to the very people who want me dead.
The Kimmer Show every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
I never got into any of the Harry Potter books. I'll be the first to tell you. I've never read them, never seen the movies. This has never been an interest of mine. However, J.K. Rowling, on the other hand, I have become a huge fan of because of her outspokenness and how she tells the truth at seemingly great risk.
So I've never read one of them. I think we own all of them.
Okay. Books or movies? Or both?
Probably both.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're able to get it through, I don't know, one of the Disneys or something, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that my oldest daughter made it to like the fourth one and then decided, okay, too scary for her when she was like 10 years old.
Okay, yeah.
And my youngest one still partakes.
Okay.
But to understand the impact that J.K. Rowling has had, I mean, understand that the joke's always been like the Bible looks at J.K. Rowling. It's like, whoa, settle down, lady.
She's a lot of
books.
books.
You sold a crazy amount of books. You created a cultural phenomenon that you did while you were a writer that didn't have two nickels to rub together. Like, that's just kind of like the story of she created this whole fantasy world. And Emma Watson, the actress who played one of the main characters, who grew up with the whole series, has spent years going after J.K. Rowling because it was the important thing to do, was to question why does J.K. Rowling not support trans rights? And Emma Watson, as an actress, was continuously pointing this stuff out. And what has now occurred is that the world has made the adjustments and recognized that with J.K. Rowling, she never changed. It was always correct. It was always, why are you letting men invade these women's spaces? Why are you letting crazy people continue to have access to areas that have traditionally always been for women and were safe for women? Her message hasn't changed at all. But what has happened is, as the atmosphere around Emma Watson has changed, now she's suddenly like, well, I love J.K. Rowling. And J.K. Rowling decided to have one of the most awesome takedowns because she talked about, I'm not owed eternal agreement from any actor who once played a character I created. The idea is ludicrous as me checking with the boss I had when I was 21 for what opinions I should hold these days. But she goes on. She starts pointing out, because she had a television clip where Emma Watson was being asked about her. And as she said this, like other people who have never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. She'll never need a homeless shelter. She's never going to be placed on a mixed-sex public hospital ward. I'd be astounded if she's been in a high street changing room since childhood. Her public bathroom is single occupancy and comes with a security man standing guard outside the door. Basically flat out says, you're an actress, you don't know what you're talking about. And I've had it with the fact that now that people are starting to recognize that I'm right, you're suddenly trying to cozy up like you weren't the one who was constantly going after me.
You're backing up. It's like the kids that are socialists on college campuses because they've never seen anything play out in real time. They've never seen anything take hold in a country and destroy that country from within. They've never seen any of it. So when they get sold the bill of goods that socialism works and is good, they have no idea how to step back and go, wait a minute, this form of government has killed 170 million people worldwide. They don't have that experience, just like Emma Watson doesn't have any experience that J.K. Rowling is pointing out.
See, here's the fun part about how J.K. Rowling finishes up this about Emma Watson. She said, quote, the greatest irony here is that Emma, had she not decided in her most recent interview to declare that she loves and treasures me, a change of tact I suspect she's adopted because she's noticed full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was, I might never have been this honest.
Yeah.
She decided to take a flamethrower to Emma Watson.
No question, and rightfully
awesome
so.
for being
and
right.
It's so good. God bless J.K. Rowling. Antifa crime is not a problem, says the Democrats. Next on Extra.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Xtra 106.3.
Okay, I'm going to beat this horse again, but it's not quite dead, so let's go. Today, I will finish about a 2,500-mile trip in the Bortz bus. All but about 100 miles of it will be on expressways. I'm a law-abiding citizen. My speed control is always set at 69 miles an hour, 1,500 RPM in that diesel D13. We get passed all the time by cars that are doing at least 80, if not 90 or 100 miles an hour. Not once in this entire trip, knock on wood, has any speeding car caused us any difficulty. No sudden braking, nothing. We did have several incidents where I had to switch lanes in a hurry, hit the brakes, whatever, because of slow drivers. I've been moaning about this forever. So yesterday I asked AI, ChatGPT, which was more dangerous, which caused more accidents, slow drivers on expressways or speeders. The answer, clearly, slow drivers cause more accidents. Numbnuts that don't know how to use an acceleration lane to get onto an expressway. One lady yesterday, middle lane, 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, steering with her knees, holding an iPad mini in both hands. I had to move into the fast lane to get around her. Now, one caveat, speeders will cause more severe accidents, but not as many accidents. But where's the money? The money is in ticketing speeders, not ticketing slow drivers. So do the math. I'll leave that one up to you. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if your old windows have you boiling in the summer and freezing in the winter, you need the pros at Window Nation with installation precision and experience that are second to none. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90-NATION for your free estimate. And for a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free, plus no payments for 2 years.
Fox on Tech.
Google is reinstating banned YouTube accounts after a years-long Republican-led investigation into censorship. Alphabet, Google's parent company, blames the Biden administration for pressuring the big tech company to censor content, even when the content did not violate the company's policies. In a letter to Jim Jordan, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, a lawyer for Alphabet claims the tech company values conservative voices and explains, quote, the administration's officials, including President Biden, created a political atmosphere that sought to influence the actions of platforms. Now, some media that was censored is back on YouTube. An episode of the podcast Nelk Boys, featuring an interview with President Trump, had been removed in 2022. That episode now available again. With Fox on Tech, Lydia Hu, Fox Business.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. The 8 a.m. hour is brought to you by Central Heating and Air.
The Commander-in-Chief will soon meet with generals and admirals. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, at a big military meeting this morning at the Marine Base in Quantico, Virginia, with commanders who flew in from around the world. It's led by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
These orders came down last week for those ranked 1 star and above to meet with Secretary Hegseth this week. Now, the original invitation, it did not cite a reason. So, of course, that fueled some speculation, mainly surrounding the pledge that Secretary Hegseth made to make cuts to the General Officer Corps. Then came the announcement that President Trump would be attending today. And he told NBC that this meeting is celebratory. He said, quote, it's just really a very nice meeting talking about how well we're doing militarily.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House, where yesterday President Trump laid out a peace plan to stop the war in Gaza.
If accepted by Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages.
Hamas is reviewing the plan that many Arab leaders support. So does Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who gave his okay at a White House meeting. But if Hamas rejects it,
as you know, Bibi, you'd have our full backing. to do what you would have to do.
Netanyahu says Israel would finish the job continuing the war. President Trump also met with congressional leaders in both parties trying to work out a deal to fund the government by tonight to prevent a shutdown tomorrow.
The government shuts down. It's because Republicans have decided to shut the government down and hurt the American people.
That's House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries pushing for provisions to extend health care subsidies. But GOP Congressman Brad Knott tells Fox all they want is a 7-week funding extension.
We on the Republican side just are not budging. And until they get back to, I would say, reasonable ground, there's really not a lot to discuss there.
A Ukrainian man's been arrested in Poland, suspected of being involved in underseas explosions damaging Nord Stream gas pipelines between Germany and Russia after Russia's war in Ukraine had started. In Indonesia, rescuers keep trying to get to dozens of students trapped after their school collapsed. America's listening.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
Hey, it's your old pal Neil Bortz. I'm back on Atlanta's only conservative news talk station, Extra 106.3. Okay, here's more of the Morning Extra.
Tug and Los until 10. Thank you for being here. Early. I say kind of early.
Not it's 8 o'clock. You better be in the office or getting close to it. Or car line.
A lot
of options here.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate you wherever you are in your day. Maybe you're a third shifter. Maybe you're zooming home.
Maybe you're coming on home, which feels weird. I did that for, I think, about 2 months in college, where I had the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift on a radio station. And it is so weird when you're pulling back into the apartment like 7:45 in the morning and you're dead tired.
And everybody else is leaving.
And everyone else is leaving.
Yeah.
It's like you're living your life completely opposite the rest of the world.
Yeah. Second shift, not quite as bad, but second shift can be tricky with that too, because I for years worked nights in country radio up in Chattanooga, and I would come home, 2 in the morning. And one time I almost killed my son because of it.
Oh no.
He had severe food allergies, couldn't have milk. He was anaphylactic to milk. My wife shoots me a text in the early stages. It was still when you had the flip phone and you had to hit 1, 3 times to get the letter C. Or I guess it would be number 2, 3 times to get the letter C, that kind of texting. And she's like, hey, stop and pick up some formula. You're dead tired. I pick up the milk-based formula versus the other one. The first thing, I'm feeding the baby in the morning because I'm right back up at 6, getting him squared away as the wife's getting ready to go to work, and I'm feeding him this bottle, and he just kept spitting it out. I'm like, what in the world's wrong with this child? I don't want this. And then all of a sudden his face starts turning red, and he starts coughing and gagging, and I'm like, hey, Laura, something ain't right.
Yeah, this is bad.
Right. She comes down, she's like, you get milk. He's having a reaction. So we rush to the hospital. On the way, wife gives him a Benadryl. Doctor says if Jacob hadn't gotten the Benadryl, he might not have made it the 8 minutes to the hospital. Horrified.
Yeah.
Feeling like a jerk. Feeling like I almost killed my child. It's just the worst feeling in the world because you are, again, dog tired. Things are upside down.
Yeah.
And
it's a weird existence.
Dude, it is. It is. I don't envy anybody that rolls that way. Or I appreciate them and have done it myself, but it's hard.
Yeah, I had the family members that were over at the house, and they were all asking, so what time do you get up? I was like, well, the alarm sets like 4:20, 4:30. And I was like, and I try and get out the door like just before about 5 o'clock. And, this is kind of my plan about how I go about my day. And I guess it is so regular for you and I to do this that I looked at it as like it's just kind of no big deal.
That's how we live.
It's just how it is. They looked at me like I had 4 heads. Not 2 heads, not 3, but 4. Like, what a weirdo.
Why do you do this again?
Why do you do this again?
This can't be good for your health.
Are you sure? Like, how much did you sleep last night? I'm like, well, about 5 hours. Yeah, exactly. Get to bed about 11. Yeah. Get up about 4 something.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, man. It's crazy. Government shutdown looming, which is we talked about it a little bit with Neil Bart's last hour. If you missed Neil, you can catch him on the Xtra 106.3 app. He is always available there with commentary and then his segments that he does with us and just the crazy things that the Democrats are asking for that they know they're not going to get. And they're trying to appease their base, Los. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. If they give in, the base just skewers them. And if they don't, Trump fires a big portion of the federal workforce trying to pare down to get a smaller federal government. Trump wins either way. Democrats lose either way.
This is so problematic for the Democrats, and here's the reason why. This administration has been on the offensive of pointing out this is the amount of money, the $1.7 trillion that they want for health benefits for illegal aliens. For anyone who has recently had to deal with a hospital visit or what your numbers are going to be as far as what's coming out of your paycheck or what you're having to pay for independent insurance, you have zero tolerance for $1.7 trillion of your taxpayer money going to people that are not supposed to be here. And that is the lifeblood. The Democrats' giant Hail Mary right now, outside of maybe we'll get the Epstein files, is how do we continue to protect the people that are not supposed to be in this country, because that's our only way forward.
It's the only way they are going to vote for us. This is the only people that are going to vote for us.
Otherwise, they lose power in the House. If we have a census where we do not count these people, that is going to be the end of the Democrat Party for probably a decade.
Which is something that you brought up at the end of last week, which I don't think many people have thought about. Who's raising their hand to go door to door to do the census?
Not in this atmosphere. It's going to be a very dangerous job if we choose to go through with this.
Which leads me to the next thing. The Democrats, you can tell they get their daily download. You can tell they're told what to think. 71% of Americans agree that the level of crime and violence in the United States of America is highly unacceptable. 68% of independents feel the exact same way. When it comes to the Democrats, 45% of Democrats say crime's not even really a problem. What? What? Who has told you this? Because your eyes and ears are telling you something very, very different. Unless you're just saying, I don't trust these lying eyes, then somebody is telling you to believe the other way.
I believe that we are having, and this is similar to what we saw at one point in like 2016, 2017, 2018. At one point, it was awkward and it was hard to poll to identify as MAGA. People just didn't want to have a stigma attached to them. Now, some people were putting on the red hat and doing their thing, and good for them. That was cool. Put it on out there. But MAGA in the last decade has actually become cool. It's what it is. What's not cool is being a Democrat. And that's just not me being biased. It's because you have so much hard and fast rules. You're a party that's run by a bunch of 80-year-olds. You gave us all the craziness of COVID. You gave us a Joe Biden that was broken and a cadaver. And you gave us essentially all the road towards hardcore socialism, even communism. You have become, you're no longer the counterculture any longer. You're the man. You're the establishment.
You're the machine.
You're the machine. And so when you have 45%, Tug, in my opinion, that's 45% of that 19%. It's a tiny amount of people, in my opinion, that are now saying, yeah, I'm a proud Democrat. Are you? Those exist? 18% approval within the party?
Well, that 18% is a really loud and obnoxious 18%. So I guess probably it sounds and looks like it's more than it really is, because they're so loud and so boisterous and so out there. But I think you're right. Most people, because you see people walking away from the Democrat Party in droves. Who wants to be associated with that? Give me something that's positive out of the Democrat Party. Nothing. I can't think of anything that it comes positive out of that party, even down to crime or promoting crime.
Well, when your fight is strictly anti-Trump, then you're also missing out on things that are actually working for the American people. When we talk about the tax code changes and how you have overtime that is taxed differently, how your benefits are not taxed, how you have no tax on tips. Now, that's up to what, $100,000? Tell me who's a tip-oriented worker who's making over $100,000, because that was the Democrats' first thing. Yeah. Well, if you're making over $100,000, you still get taxed. Tell me who's the bartender. Tell me who's the waitress that is sitting back going, that's a six-figure job, man.
Nobody.
I'm not getting the benefits of that.
Because they're working that job, and then they've got another that they're working to go along with that one during the day. That one's the night job.
So unless you are glomming onto the wins, which I have talked about in the past,
they need to do.
Other smart Democrats continue to point this out, yet the party cannot do it. It is completely anti their DNA, their current makeup. So this is what you're left with.
And these same Democrats, the loud 18%, are the ones that are posting pictures of how beautiful Portland is, and there's nothing going wrong in Portland. Everything looks amazing. Look at this pretty park. It's wonderful. Nobody's causing any issue in Portland. These people are trying to convince you of something. They're giving you a skewed look at what's happening. And I keep seeing people on social media, how come you're not posting those pictures at nighttime?
Oh, of course not.
Because the crazies are out at night.
So this is what it really looks like. We are in a scenario when it comes to the West Coast, namely, as you said, Portland, Oregon is one of those places. Seattle, Washington is one of those places. And again, these are great towns typically. And yet, you now have a system in which the Democrat Party uses their street animals, their street henchmen, Antifa, to make sure that the right or just regular Americans not only can't enjoy the streets, but can never organize. This is what it looks like. This is the modern KKK. They're on the streets to intimidate you. You want to put together an organization, they're the ones who show up to beat on you, to cause problems. And the Democrat Party, largely their leadership, looks the other way because it's useful for them.
Absolutely.
It helps maintain their power in these areas.
Because chaos creates opportunities for that power, as we discussed yesterday. That's why they love the fact that this stuff is happening.
Antifa's great for them.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the reason they pretend that Antifa's not even a thing. Because how many times did you see that yesterday? Right. Well, Antifa's that's not even a real organization.
It's just an idea.
It's a loose affiliation at best.
I mean, I get it. There's only people that stand over near Antifa protests with green helmets on because they're actually legal representation for a party or for a group that doesn't exist.
Yeah, the loose affiliation.
How strange. It's a figment of your imagination. But yes, this is useful to the left until their level of violence gets to an area where they can no longer absolve it.
Which always happens. It always has.
As soon as you have somebody who's putting Antifa messages on bullets and shooting them at people, what is it that I think it was Scott Jennings on CNN said when the Democrat was blaming it all on Trump? He's like, so Donald Trump made these people get up on buildings and shoot at people?
And scratch Antifa messages?
That was on Donald Trump, huh?
Yeah, of course. Because who else they got to blame? That's the go-to.
It's their own rhetoric.
It's the but Trump thing that we talked about yesterday.
Always.
That's the rebuttal to everything. Because they genuinely believe, I'm not even sure they'd believe it, they hate what Donald Trump represents, which is a more traditional America, a guy that has had his life flash before his eyes. And I don't know that he's a Christian. I don't know that he's ever been a faithful man. I don't know. But that day changed him. And he now presents in a different way than he ever has before. And that makes them scared even more. The fact that he's changed the way that he has. He doesn't just fire off at the hip anymore. He still trolls. But he does. It's almost like there's a thought process behind the trolling a little bit.
Whatever makes the left look like a bunch of children is when he trolls. If he knows it's going to upset them, if he knows it's some funny video that they're going to be mad at, then they all got to complain. He's like, that just empowers him. Mm-hmm. That's what you got last night with him trolling them as hard as he did with the Hakeem Jeffries looking like Speedy Gonzalez and Chuck Schumer, right. With AI talking about how they don't have any backing anymore anyway, so they got to give money to illegals.
That's right. We need somebody to vote for us.
We need somebody to vote for us.
We've lost all the other minorities that are already here.
Here's how we're going to take care of this. We got to give them a bunch of money. Yeah. I think we're at an inflection point where the people that are paying attention, you now see what the game is. Like, it's very clear what's happening. And I don't believe, because for years it's always a government shutdown, the Republicans are going to get blamed. I don't think they're scared one bit of it.
Why would they be? They know better. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what's going on. If I say everybody, if you care to pay attention at all, and you don't have to pay attention super closely to understand what is happening with this government, they've already told you. They've said we want to fund PBS, we want to fund media, we want to give health care to illegals that you'll pay for. We want all these things. So pretty much everything that Trump has cleaned up, all the things that they did with Doge, anything that he's changed that you've liked, they would like to refund, because all of that money that used to come through USAID doesn't exist anymore. Now we've got to put it on the front and center. We've got to get it approved the old-fashioned way.
You're more than welcome, as any person who is on the left, to put the money together to fund this stuff yourself. I mean, you know billionaires. You're the party of billionaires. Why not ask the billionaires to fund PBS? Why not? Hey, if you want to create scenarios around the country where you pull your money and you happen to provide health care to people that are not supposed to be here legally,
have at it.
Have at it. You're more than welcome.
Knock yourself out.
The only point we continue to make is not out of my pocket.
Why do I have to pay?
Why do I have to pay for it? Because you can't launder my money anymore through USAID?
Dude, I'm sure there's plenty of things that that local and maybe even national
If your
companies,
church can do it.
Exactly.
Then why aren't you already doing this? Right? If you're on the left and you're so passionate about it, then why aren't you already organizing to do it?
Well, I see you said two things that would never go together.
I know.
Left, church. Those things don't go together.
You can find your own.
But you can use it even if you just used it as a roadmap.
I mean, if Antifa would just start a bake sale, all right? Like, stop showing up to ICE facilities. Start baking, people. You can put together a little bit of scratch. You can take care of somebody. You can buy them all the Triminic they want.
But you and I both know.
Triminic still out there?
I think so.
Okay. I was just curious.
You and I both know they don't care about those people.
No.
They don't care about their health care. They don't care about anything. They don't care about any of those things. They see these people as an ends to a means. That's all it is. How do we use them to solidify our money, solidify our power, and make sure that we can direct the American experience off the cliff like we were 4 years ago?
I do find it funny that no matter what, every news station, every network one will always go, well, you know, if we go through a government shutdown, they got to shut down the national parks.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't. They get to choose. They can choose what they fund. They'll choose the things that get shut down and the things that stay open.
Like, I cares about what happens at a national park for 48 hours.
Well, but that's the other thing. That's the other thing. It's when you go to the Washington Monument, you could still walk up to it, still see it.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean you go up inside it, but you can still view it.
Sure.
You can still go and see the huge statue of Abraham Lincoln. You still see all that.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
It was under construction when I was over there.
That's exactly right, man. And
I'm just saying,
when you start talking about, well, people are not going to get paid, like Neil brought up earlier.
They'll get their money.
They'll get their money. They always do. They always have. They always will. They always do.
If there's one thing we can always point out, it's that government always takes care of government every time.
Filthy.
So your company, yeah, this is a problem, and you missed out, and you're never going to see that money again. Government doesn't work that way. Government goes, well, let's make sure we take care of our own here.
We have to. We got to solidify the voting base.
It would just be one thing if this is like the best of the best.
Yeah. Then it's not.
It's not.
It's the dimmest lights, usually. Morning Xtra on Xtra 106.3, 8 o'clock hour, brought to you by Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Your Atlanta carrier experts, 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com. The heartbreaking testimony from a father whose daughter was taken in a crime-ridden city. A piece of audio that you must hear, especially if you have children. It will stop you in your tracks. Next on the Morning Xtra.
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream Xtra 106.3 and crystal clear digital with the all-new Xtra 106.3 app. Get Xtra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the Xtra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Atlanta, good morning. It's Los. Let's talk about True Prep. First off, thank you to all of you who came out to the 14th anniversary sale on Saturday. True Prep obviously was doing a lot of good stuff for the community, taking care of you, and then also the 30% off that they had going on all their used guns. Well, they are looking to continue some of this stuff. So I highly suggest to you, go to trueprep.com. That's truprep.com. You're more than welcome to go to the store as well, 1000 Cobb Parkway in Marietta. But the reason why I say go to the site, you can check every single day. They always update their used guns and gear and their sales and clearance items. That's where they're going to have their hot deals. You can see what's out there. You can see what's available. You can see how many are available. And then at that point, you can be ready from there. That's so much about what True Prep. It's just about being ready. It's about if you're looking to get out there in the outdoors, you're ready for just about anything. If you're looking to make sure that you are big into home defense, make sure you're ready for that. If you want to make sure you're ready when you're out and about, that is what True Prep is all about. And the educational background as well. They're able to offer that with their events and workshops that they have on a regular basis. Again, women, y'all have been really blowing it up in terms of taking those classes and arming yourselves. Continue to do so as well. That's what it's about when it comes to being ready. Go to trueprep.com. That's truprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow with True Prep.
Backyard, ballpark, or campsite, if there's fire, you can grill. At Southern Thunder Barbecue School, our Grill with the Pros class puts you in the action. In just 4 hours, you'll master steakhouse quality steaks, thick-cut pork chops, chicken quarters, veggie kebabs, and wings. It's a hands-on training under the tutelage of barbecue grand champions. When the cooking is complete, you'll feast. Don't just grill like a pro. Register now at southernthunderbarbecue.com. That's southernthunderbbq.com.
Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump, for standing up for the American people. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time to visit Atlanta Safe House and see what a real a real safe looks like. But wait, there's more. Now through the end of the month, save hundreds of dollars on all Browning, Fort Knox safes and vault doors. Drop by one of our locations or go to AtlantaSafehouse.com.
The Dean's List with Janice Dean.
A restaurant owner in Minnesota who surprised one of his workers with a brand new bike makes today's Dean's List. The young man's only way of transportation to work was stolen, and he had no way to get home. But thanks to the folks at Townies where he works, they all knew exactly what to do. The owners and employees all teamed up and bought the man a brand new bike, surprising him with it outside the restaurant and getting his reaction on video. There were tears of joy from the recipient of the brand new bike, as well as all the folks that worked at Townies and many of their guests who handed the man some extra money to help him out. The video of the wonderful act of kindness was posted online with the caption that read, "Thank you all for helping turn a tough situation into something hopeful. It reminds us there are still good people out there." Amen. Janice Dean, Fox News.
Securing America.
The Navy recently christened its newest missile destroyer, the USS Lewis H. Wilson Jr., named for a man awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for his actions in World War II. Later, as a general, Wilson served as the commandant of the Marine Corps. The ship was built in Maine. That state's governor, Janet Mills.
It will protect our country, our interests, and our allies from dangers known and unknown the world over.
General Eric Smith is the current commandant of the Marines.
She's designed to avert war, but if called upon, she's designed to win a war.
General Wilson's daughter, Janet Wilson Taylor, helped christen the ship.
If he were here today, I know he would be outwardly humbled and inwardly thrilled.
The ship is expected to be commissioned in 2027. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
Here are your Georgia headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. A man wanted for terrorist threats in Sandy Springs was arrested at a South Georgia Walmart while charging his Tesla on Monday. Deputies say the suspect had fled Leesburg police earlier in the day. He was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Lee County Jail. Cobb County officials are asking for public input on road safety plans near Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. The proposal calls for widening Old Highway 41, adding roundabouts and pathways, and building a pedestrian tunnel to help visitors safely reach overflow parking. Online feedback is being accepted through early October. Construction is expected in 2027. And Cobb County officials completed a $24 million renovation of the sheriff's headquarters building. The project included upgrades to technology, security, and infrastructure systems, modernizing the 3-decade-old facility. Sheriff Craig Owens said the improvements will enhance operations, safety, and efficiency for both staff and the public. Today's weather, partly cloudy and windy with scattered thunderstorms possible this afternoon. We have a high of 80 degrees. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra on Extra 106.3. I thought Los was looking for snakes on his Ring camera over there for a minute.
No, this was actually so we're pretty adamant about our daughters. We will drive them to school and pick them up from school.
Sure.
Nothing that's wrong with the bus, but the bus schedule was a little crazy to start the year, and so we were like, okay, just until everything's normal, we'll do this. And we had grandparents in town, and they loved driving them.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
sure.
kind of
That's
what's
always
happened,
good.
right?
Yeah.
So finally, for like the first time in like a month and a half, we told my younger daughter, yeah, you got to take the bus.
No.
And she's looking at us like, what do you mean I got to take the bus? I'm like, yeah, like a normal kid, you got to take the bus. And so she was walking out on the ring camera like,
she's kicking rocks.
And the bus stop is directly across the street. Like it is 30 yards from the house. And yet she acted like she was completely put out.
Well, that's just,
she just got spoiled, man.
Yeah, it's just the kids, they and it's not cool, right? I mean, it's cool to have your parents drop you off, or at least for a while. And then you got to drive on your own when you get a little older. But taking the bus, man, that's not cool. But you don't want to be seen coming off the bus.
And quite honestly, because of the practice schedule, they can't take the bus in the afternoon most of the time because we have to have them somewhere, whether it's over at the high school or over at one of their volleyball clubs. So it's always they get picked up from school. We just needed a little help with, hey, you got to get on the bus and go to school today.
Yeah.
I don't think that's asking a lot, but
it's definitely not.
Again, it's been like 6 weeks since either one of them was even near that bus.
Yeah, I know, but it all comes down to how cool it is or not.
Was it the same thing for you in high school?
Totally.
Like, I got on the bus one time in high school.
Yeah, I rode it a lot. My parents were working. They didn't have I didn't have a chance. They couldn't take me to school. They couldn't pick me up. I rode the bus all the time. So
was like 4 people on it?
Probably a few more than that, but not much.
6 people?
Yeah, but by the time you get to high school and you're still having to ride the bus because your parents are working.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
But,
like middle school's fine.
Yeah.
No, our bus was packed.
Yeah, when you get to the high school level, though, and I was still riding the bus all the way until I could drive. And then when I drove, I was turn the music up loud. I was rocking out the White Snake or the Black Crowes or whatever, or some George Jones.
I had neighbors that were 2 years older than me, so I
got a ride.
Rides. Yeah.
See, I was the exact opposite. I always gave the rides. I went and picked, who's now my brother-in-law. I went and picked my buddy Daniel up every morning because he didn't have a car, and he lived relatively close to me, and I grew up at his house, so I would always pick him up. Sometimes pick the girlfriend up. Sometimes have to take my sister with me. Sometimes all of us are in there. And we didn't have enough seats for everybody, but that didn't matter.
And y'all just rode up to school smoking with cigarettes.
Yeah, that's right. Breaking the law.
Smokes with cigarettes.
Yeah, we just wanted to do bad things.
I like to do bad things. That's what I'm using the car for.
That's right. And turn the music up loud. I was just reading, too, because you and I, Gen Xers, we like to listen to the radio up loud in the car. Gen Z, the exact opposite. Dude, they like dead silence. This is something, or something very quiet in the car. There are times when I'm going home and I'll just turn everything off if I just want to clear my head or say a prayer or just not think about anything and just drive. But it's rare. It's few and far between. I'm always listening to something.
Is that because you're broken?
Well, yeah.
So you have to make sure you get a prayer in there?
Absolutely right.
Me too.
Yeah. Continuously throughout the day.
And then because of you, I now then, after I finish said prayer, I put on Backup Plan.
That's right.
And then I just country rock all the way home.
Let's go. It's the anthem, man. It's a good one, for sure.
Now that it comes on TV, by the way, I always go, hey, it's my favorite song.
It is a good one, dude. It's a well-written song.
And there's Billy Bob Thornton telling me about getting cell service in all these places.
Yeah. I know, and it's in that one, too.
Yep.
Dude, they are making so much whoever wrote that song is making so much money.
I gotta look into it.
Yeah, I'm not
The fact
sure.
that you don't know, I think, really shows that you've kind of, when it came to country music, you kind of put it on the back burner.
Well, I have to because I don't get to read about it as much as I used to or once did. I try to keep up as much as I can, but yeah, doing this show, you're
it's
continually.
True. You're looking up a lot of different things, reading a lot of different people.
And continually thinking about, talking about, planning. All right, what makes sense? Because there's so much out there that we could talk about. I mean, so much. And you have to kind of pare it down. All right, what's the most important stuff that we can talk about? And sometimes I slip up on the riders.
I know the most important right now. Jimmy Bell, John Sherwood, Tucker Beathard.
Tucker Beathard is a prolific rider.
Those are the 3 riders that are credited with backup plan.
Yeah, Tucker Beathard is so good and is super, super nice dude. It's no surprise that Tucker's on that. He writes so many country songs out of Nashville and even some pop stuff that has crossed over. There's a lot there, man. There's a lot there. That's the fun part of life, right? When you get to focus on that. So I'm sure, like, when you go and do the sports thing, it's cool to be able to just shut it off for a little bit and not have to talk about the most serious of the serious. And you can talk about things that are a little bit throwaway.
Yeah, but then I don't go into Tug mode. Like, Tug not knowing who did backup plan would be like me not knowing what, like, the shotgun is. What is this shotgun you speak of? Is it a firearm?
You mean it's just you're talking about football shotguns?
Who is that quarterback? When we had... All right, so this was the fun thing about when we had Derek Dooley in studio, and I referenced Diego Pavia, and he's like, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I can't even say it.
And I'm like, I'm on top of this stuff.
Yeah.
Tug, I just need you to pick it up a little bit when it comes to backup plan.
I'm going to do better.
You have to know who wrote it.
I'll do better. But I can usually pick it out, usually nail it. But this time I've fallen short.
What an unfair bar.
I know, right?
You need to know who wrote it.
Every song, not just that one. All of them.
What's your favorite song? You call in right now. Tug will tell you who wrote it.
Yeah, I'm talking about a trivia contest. I would fail that one for sure because there's just so many writers in Nashville.
I can just see that when the phone starts ringing. And somebody's like, nothing compares to you. And you're like, Prince!
Prince, come on.
It's Prince.
Yeah, that one's an easy one. I think most people would get that one.
No.
You don't think so?
No, that's a surprise to a lot of people.
I guess.
Prince gave that to Sinead O'Connor.
Dude, he was a prolific writer.
Yeah.
Holy
huge
cow.
writer.
He wrote so much. Some that he recorded, some that he didn't. If you want to talk about just incredible talents, he may be one of the most talented artists that the world, will ever see. There will never be another guy like that.
What is I'm trying to remember the story of who's the best guitar player in the world.
Depends on who you ask.
And I think the joke was, I don't know, go ask Prince.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was
he's the guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Most people would definitely put him in that category, top 5 of all time. I mean, you got Jeff Beck, you got Eric Clapton. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah, I think the running story was Clapton was asked about being the best guitar player in the world. He says, go ask Prince.
Go ask Prince because he's the best. And don't you love it, though, when somebody is one of the greatest? Take Clapton, for example. I mean, one of the most prolific artists, prolific guitar players. And he's like, ain't me, man.
Ain't me, man.
I've seen him do things.
This guy over here does things, and we're like, what is that?
I don't know where that comes from. I don't know how you do that. And I always love it when I see artists do that, when they're able to take that step back and kind of give you a peek behind the curtain, because they always come off as so confident, man. When they're playing, you're like, oh my gosh, it doesn't get better than this. And they're like, oh, well, wait. Yes, it does.
It's like,
and it's right over there.
It's like when I create AI music.
Yeah, well, it's not that good.
You listen back on it and you're like, wow. I mean, let's face it. Bullets for Love.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's a
classic.
classic.
Eric Clapton would be like, I'm not that good.
He's like, I can't do that.
I can't keep up with that.
Like, I have a new banger.
That's right. That was, as soon as I heard it, I was like, that sounds very Oasis-like.
It's yeah. My wife and I are going to be doing a little parents volleyball podcast for fun. Not working for anybody. We're just doing it on our own. Just again, we were like, this will just be fun. Yeah, let's do something kind of goofy. And as I was working on the music, because that's the other thing too. When you start putting stuff out there in the world, like if you've ever listened to the Jesse Kelly show, you might notice when he comes out of breaks, there's no music when you listen. Why? Because they can't use that music. They can't put his podcast out there if it's got copyrighted music. So the nice part about using AI is that you own the copyright.
That's right. Yep. So
I can use all of this stuff.
You can. Or you can just use, just a open market, fair share, music, because there's a lot of
But
people
what
that just
fun is
create-
that when it comes to singing a song about volleyball?
Oh, well, none at all. If you're trying to sing a song about volleyball,
None at all is correct.
No, that's right. You got to create it, which is exactly what Los did. I look forward to hearing the podcast, man, because the things y'all talk about or will talk about will be so hard hitting for families with athletes, and just chasing the dream and how fun it is and the experiences you have, how much it costs. And you're still willing to do it, unless you're Chipper Jones, which he's come out and said, my kids are not going to do that.
No, but he'll always have the benefit of being Chipper Jones.
Exactly right. And the bank account and those kids will be looked at differently because their dad is Chipper Jones. So you have he's got a unique situation that most don't.
There are also athletes where the clubs will typically pay for them. And
That's right,
that happens
for
too.
them to come play because of the attention that person will bring.
Like, there are clubs that we could probably do that at, but that's not really the level that my daughters want to play at, so we don't do it. But it is available.
Yeah, it is, man. It's out there for sure. Time for a moment.
Glad we had fun stuff before this one. This one's hard.
Especially with daughters, dude.
Yeah, this was really hard yesterday.
Logan Frederico. He went on blast in front of the House Judiciary Committee because his daughter was murdered. And the man that murdered her had so many arrests, so many felonies, and he called them on the carpet. But you have to listen to him because his voice does exactly what a grieving father does.
Just to point this out, because it's in the audio, this is not a scenario where you go, well, I guess it's just a wayward soul who committed a crime. This person was known.
You got to listen to the numbers.
How does this person end up in your home? You go to visit some friends at college, and somebody at a place you're staying ends up in your house, and you're like, okay, random person. What about when it's a career criminal?
Listen to Steve Frederico explain how horrible the death that his daughter faced was.
Here's what I need you to do. When I tell you this story, think about your kids. Think about your child coming home from a night out with their friends, laying down, going to sleep, feeling somebody come in the room and wake them, and drag her out of bed, naked, forced on her knees, with her hands over her head, begging for her life, begging for her hero, her father, me, that couldn't be there. She was 5'3". She weighed 115 pounds. Bang! Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 times, 25 felonies, was on the street. How about that? How good are we doing for our family? How good are you doing for your kids? He should have been in jail for over 140 years for all the crimes he committed. You know how much time he spent in prison? A little over 600 days in 10 years. He's only 30 years old.
And had committed this level of
25
crime.
25 felonies.
39 arrests.
And 30 years old. How do you end up on the street unless you have a compliant portion of your community that says, this is going to create mayhem, let's make sure we keep these people out here? Not being soft on crime, being almost to the point where you just say, if this helps us get to our goals of having more power by having mayhem out there, let's do it.
Let's do it. And I want to point out that Steve Frederico is not a small man. This is a dude, when you heard his voice crack, it stopped me in my tracks because I'm a father too. And I can't imagine what that girl went through, his daughter Logan. I can't imagine what his family's going through right now. And these people are just fine with it. They protect people like this every day that commit crimes like the ones committed against Logan. And then, Los, the fact that some of the Democrats on the on the panel, on that House Judiciary Committee, didn't even know her name. They didn't even have the courtesy of Steve to know who they were talking about.
Deborah Ross was on this panel. This is a Democrat out of North Carolina. And so, again, this is in your region. Like, you should probably know this story.
Which is where Logan was from and then drove to South Carolina when this happened.
This is a giant bear trap. All right? This woman is going to mix up Steve Federico's daughter with the woman who was killed on the bus that we had over in Charlotte. Like, she's going to actually mix up these two stories. And so you've just heard this testimony from this dad saying, my daughter mattered, and you can't even keep straight who he's talking about. I want you to listen to remember those old Snickers commercials?
Yeah.
Like,
what had like Joe Pesci in there?
Like, where you just knew, like, okay, this is really bad. Like, Snickers did this, and then Southwest Airlines did it with, like, their want to get away. Like, you know you made a mistake.
Yep.
Snickers, it's time for a break. You know, I got to get out of here.
Yep.
This is Representative Ross mixing up the two young women.
Long before this hearing, particularly...
My daughter. This isn't Irina.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is my daughter.
I am so sorry.
Okay?
I am so sorry.
This is Logan Federico.
Thank you so much for bringing that. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I am so sorry for you.
No, you're not.
And she was before Irina.
I am so
4 months before.
I'm so sorry for your loss, and my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you.
I don't believe her, dude. I don't believe her.
He just finished telling you about what had gone on. She mixes up the two because she's clearly not listening.
And doesn't care.
And doesn't care. And then she's in this bear trap moment of, I'm sorry for your loss.
No, you're not. You're sorry you mixed it up. You're sorry you like a fool in front of the entire world. That's what you're sorry about.
Deborah Ross.
Just low down, because she's the type of person that let the man that killed his daughter, she's the type of person that let them out of jail just fine with it. Just fine with letting that person out of jail with 39 arrests, 25 felonies. Just fine with it. So don't tell me, spare me your I'm sorries. I would at least had some respect for her, Los. If she'd be like, oh, yeah, this happens all the time, sorry. Yeah, I don't care.
What?
I at least would have had respect for her.
What a bear trap. If that does not illustrate what we're trying to make the point of, this is not softness on crime. That's always the guys. Well, the Democrat. No, they want this stuff to happen. It causes mayhem. It causes problems in your community. And then what do? You look over at leadership and you're like, how many more of my freedoms can you take away to give me security?
Because they'll take every one that you're willing to give up. They will take every freedom you have because that benefits them, just like the chaos benefits them. Slow down, man. Low down. When we come back on Extra 106.3, 8 o'clock hour, brought to you by Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert, 770-GET-HEAT, The Democrats let you know they'll do it again, given the chance. Next on Extra.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to Extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Good morning. Here are your sports headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. From the NFL, the Monday night doubleheader last night featured the Miami Dolphins beating the New York Jets 27-21 to keep the Jets winless. However, Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his left knee. He is expected to miss the remainder of the season. As for the Broncos, they're now 2-2 after beating the Cincinnati Bengals 28-3. The Major League Baseball playoffs begin today. 4 game ones will start with Cleveland as they host Detroit. That'll be a 1 o'clock game. The Chicago Cubs host the San Diego Padres. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Then this evening's action as the New York Yankees host Boston at 6 p.m. Later on in the evening, the Los Angeles Dodgers host Cincinnati. That will be a 9 o'clock first pitch. With your sports headlines, I'm Carlos Medina.
I'm more of a summer kind of guy. I should have been born on the equator. I love it hot, love it humid. My wife is my sweetheart, love my life, my best friend. She likes fall better. Now, if you're a sports fan, fall is great. We talked about this a little earlier. You get playoff baseball, you got pro football, you got college football. It's a perfect time of year for sports. It's also a perfect time of year to get an upgrade in the comfort in your home when you're watching those sports. For a limited time, you can get a $2,100 rebate and 60 months of 0% financing with approved credit. That's right. Savings up front and no interest for 5 years. That doesn't happen very often. It does at Central Heating and Air Conditioning. A brand new Carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central and Carrier have set the standard in cooling and heating for over 3 generations. Now the time to bring that to your house, to your home, and get the best savings of the fall season. Here's how you do it. Call them. Chuck and his team waiting on you. If you call them right now, you will speak to a living body. You will not be put into automation. One of the best features of working with Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Think about how many times you call people, doctor's offices, banks, cable providers, internet providers, whatever. You always get automation. Not at Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Maybe it sounds insignificant when you hear it out loud. It's not. I promise you, speaking with a person is what you're trying to do when you're hitting 0, when you're hitting the pound button, and all those other places trying to get to a real person. Here's the number, 770-GET-HEAT. Call them right now to talk to a real person, 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the honest car guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because, honestly, it's best for you to trade in a car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
This is House Call for Health. A new study reveals some fruits and vegetables may cause higher levels of pesticide to be consumed than others. The study, published in the International Journal of Hygiene and Environmental Health, says eating some produce can lead to having higher pesticide levels found in the urine compared to eating other produce. The Environmental Working Group has dubbed these higher-level pesticide fruits and veggies as the Dirty Dozen. Researchers noting 203 pesticides on the Dirty Dozen list, with the most toxic mixtures found on green beans, spinach, peppers, and leafy greens. Onions, papaya, and watermelon were among the least contaminated foods, and they were added to the Clean 15 list. Experts recommend thoroughly washing all produce, to buy organic if possible, and to choose mostly foods from the Clean 15 list. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady. Fox News.
It's Fox Wheels.
New car prices have held at about record levels since 2023 at just over $49,000 on average, with tariffs on things like aluminum not having much of an impact on sticker prices yet, as automakers seem to be taking a measured approach, recognizing that consumers are already financially stretched and don't want to risk losing sales or market share. Edmunds tells Fox Business that shoppers should expect automakers to be cautious in how they manage pricing and incentives. Analysts caution buyers to be aware of that balance between prices, which could scare away customers, and other profit centers where we could see steep increases on things like destination fees and repairs, automakers and dealers limiting incentives, and potentially regulating supply. The good news for used car buyers, there's an oversupply and prices continue falling. That's Fox Wheels. I'm Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Promises made, promises kept. The president is making the economy great again. He's securing the border for America's safety, and the mainstream media still wants to tear him down.
The media wants Donald Trump to fail. That's their goal. That's how they'll report his progress.
But we know the truth, and we give you the perspective that other stations won't. Atlanta's only conservative voice is Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra app.
How many times has Los and I told you, if they get back in power, they will do the exact same things that they've already done. They've showed you over and over and over again that they will do.
They got a taste for it from 2021 to 2024. And now they're like, okay,
dude,
it push this even further.
Reminds me of the scene in Finding Nemo where the big Bruce, the big shark.
Oh, Bruce.
And there's just that little droplet.
A little hint of
blood that went in. And then he's like, fish are friends, fish are. And then in the blood, fish are food. And then
his eyes turn black.
Yeah, it's just jet black. That's what it reminds me of. Eric Swalwell said, you'll get more of what you got under the Biden administration if we ever get back in power.
First, we are making it clear that we're going into the majority a year from now. We have every intention to do that, and so we will bring oversight, accountability. We will subpoena the Department of Justice, but also private actors who have done these drug deals with the administration, college campuses, entertainment companies, law firms. And so accountability is coming. And so, one, it's all coming out. Two, I hope that deters people from doing more of these deals, these one-offs with the president. One other point, though, on Comey, Kate, this happened when Donald Trump was president. So if you're trying to tell me this is not politically motivated, the statement that they're referring to where he allegedly lied, Donald Trump was president. So why didn't you indict him then?
This dude is telling you, if you work with the Trump administration on anything, we will use the full force of the government to come after you. We'll be knocking on your doors again. We're going to come after you with every asset that we have in the government. That's what he's telling you.
This is part of why Donald Trump 2.0 had to do it different than 1.0. The same threats were out there. The reason why the Trump administration had a hard time hiring good people is because the Democrats were already threatening, if you go work for this guy, you'll never work in this town again.
Exactly right. Yep.
That was a major part of what was going on.
Huge story. That was a huge story that we covered then.
Which now, there's a reason why he went and got a bunch of outsiders that you think Tulsi Gabbard was like just hanging around the halls of Congress and nobody could wait to give her a job?
Hey, you got anything I can do?
You think RFK Jr. was one of those guys, or Pete Hegseth? I was like, no, he went and got outsiders so that they didn't have to worry. And a lot of them, like in a case of a guy like Dan Bongino, that guy already has his money.
Yeah.
He doesn't need Washington.
Yeah, exactly, just like Trump.
Exactly.
Just like RFK.
It works out better this way. But to hear somebody like Eric Swalwell threatening regular Americans
and private industry,
if you work with this guy, this is what we're going to do. First off, if I was ever going to have any sort of lawsuit against the federal government, it's going to start right there.
Absolutely. With that clip.
He actually went on television and told you all what he was going to do.
And they do with regularity because they've never had to fear anything. They've never had to fear the media. They still don't. They've never had to fear the American people because they had you under their thumbs and they told you and force-fed you everything that they wanted you to think or believe because they controlled everything. X changed that. They don't have that thumb on the scale anymore where they can just force-feed you. And they can feed you bull and keep you in the blind. They can't do that anymore.
No, this is why when it comes to the culture war, we've won. Like, the culture war's done. If they're still trying to fight that thing, that thing's over with. Information was the culture war. And they had a pretty big head start.
Well, they had a lock on all of it.
They had a lock on all of it.
On every delivery mechanism, they had it.
Now, when you look at what the culture war has become, which is free information, consumption, and by the way, the very best content, you don't have to pay for. This is not like cable news where I got to be there at 9 o'clock to hear what Bill O'Reilly tells me what to think.
Yeah.
I was like, you can go back, and I congratulate her and also her primary producer. Megyn Kelly just hit, a 5-year point of this woman who was kind of like persona non grata at NBC. So she starts her own podcast. Started it in the room, her children's playroom.
Yeah. In the basement of her house, I believe, right?
And now it's what it's turned into. And by the way, you can watch it anytime for free.
That's right.
The best content's now free.
Isn't it telling that the Democrats still want you to pay for PBS and NPR when the best stuff is free?
I mean, you know what we charge people?
Yeah.
Free.
That's right.
The best content that is free of, I would say, outside influences. You're not having to worry about a producer telling you can't say that. You can't possibly have Neil Bortz on to say that. You can't possibly let Kimmer say that. No, we don't worry about any of that stuff. And we give it to you for free. The best content out there now is free content. It's totally changed the game. It's won the culture war.
8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert, 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com. John Brennan. Paging John Brennan. You're next, pal. Next on Extra.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Okay, I'm going to beat this horse again, but it's not quite dead, so let's go. Today, I will finish about a 2,500-mile trip in the Bortz bus. All but about 100 miles of it will be on expressways. I'm a law-abiding citizen. My speed control is always set at 69 miles an hour, 1,500 RPM in that diesel D13. We get passed all the time by cars that are doing at least 80, if not 90 or 100 miles an hour. Not once in this entire trip, knock on wood, has any speeding car caused us any difficulty. No sudden braking, nothing. We did have several incidents where I had to switch lanes in a hurry, hit the brakes, whatever, because of slow drivers. I've been moaning about this forever. So yesterday I asked AI, ChatGPT, which was more dangerous, which caused more accidents, slow drivers on expressways or speeders. The answer, clearly, slow drivers cause more accidents. Numbnuts that don't know how to use an acceleration lane to get onto an expressway. One lady yesterday, middle lane, 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, steering with her knees, holding an iPad mini in both hands. I had to move into the fast lane to get around her. Now, one caveat, speeders will cause more severe accidents, but not as many accidents. But where's the money? The money is in ticketing speeders, not ticketing slow drivers. So do the math. I'll leave that one up to you. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
It's September 30th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. Today is National Chewing Gum Day. Give your jaws a workout by grabbing a pack of your favorite gum and start chewing. Chewing gum can trace its origins back thousands of years when people used tree bark tar because it was believed to have medicinal properties. Today, there are hundreds of varieties of gum to choose from. Some are used to freshen your breath, while others can help you blow gigantic bubbles. And chewing gum has some health benefits as well. Studies have shown that it can help relieve stress and help improve your memory. Also on this date, in 1939, NBC aired the first televised college football game. The Fordham Rams beat Waynesburg University 34-7. And the man who became a cultural icon, actor James Dean, was tragically killed in a car accident in 1955. He was just 24. If it's your birthday today, you share it with American jazz artist and band leader drummer Buddy Rich, born in 1917. I'm Tushar Saxena, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
The Kimmer Show is only live on Extra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
If Kamala had won, and she'd be another puppet being controlled from behind the scenes by the Jake Sullivans, the Valerie Jarretts, the Susan Rices, it would be just like Britain right now, where if you say something on social media that someone doesn't like, the police come and threaten to arrest you. That's how bad it would be right now with the DOJ and the FBI.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app. WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. The 9 a.m. hour is presented by Southern Exteriors. Quality and precision you can rely on.
No more dudes in dresses. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the Secretary of War just told generals and admirals.
We became the woke department, but not anymore.
Pete Hegseth addressing a meeting of military commanders flown in from around the world.
In many ways, this speech is about fixing decades of decay.
Hegseth told him at the Marine base in Quantico, Virginia.
The new War Department golden rule is this: do unto your unit as you would have done onto your own child's unit? Would you want him serving with fat or unfit or undertrained troops?
The secretary gave each military leader a new 10-part directive.
But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign.
Soon, President Trump will address the meeting the day after he pushed a plan to stop the war in Gaza that Israel's prime minister sitting next to him agreed to.
The promise of a new Middle East is so clearly within our reach. This is the closest we've ever come to real peace, not fake peace.
Hamas is reviewing the plan.
Under the plan, the war in Gaza would immediately end, all hostages released within days, and Israel gradually withdraws as a civilian-led committee begins the process of establishing a post-war Gaza government. President Trump says no one will be forced to leave Gaza, and those who do leave will be free to return.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, where a meeting with congressional leaders did not lead to a deal to fund the government, so a shutdown looms in 15 hours.
Republicans want a temporary spending measure that the House already passed. It keeps funding at current levels while lawmakers continue to work through the appropriations process. But they're accusing Democrats of making unreasonable demands.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. There's a new hurricane this morning, but Imelda is not a threat to the U.S. It is forecast to take a sharp turn right away from the East Coast. America's listening to Fox News.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
Want weather? Grab your phone. Need traffic? Grab your phone. Conservative news and talk, also on your phone. Get the Extra 106.3 app.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra at Extra 106.3. When I hear the Black Crowes, I mean, I'm a huge fan of their music, obviously. But then I think about the new band that has just been formed. Howl. I think that's what it's called. Darius Rucker, Mike Mills from REM, and the original drummer from the Black Crowes. They've just created this new band that they're going to start releasing music and touring. And I mean, I love REM, love the Black Crowes, love Darius Rucker, love Hootie and the Blowfish. I mean, what could go wrong with this?
So is this a little bit of return to
the rock?
It's kind of a rock.
Yeah, okay. Sure is. It's exactly what he said.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love.
I mean, again, I think Darius Rucker's a great country artist. Hootie is a little hokey for me, but I still like it.
Oh, really? You know, I always just dug it. I always just thought it was cool Carolina beach music.
Yeah, I would say that Carolina beach music's probably a fun way of putting it. But if you're telling me I get a little bit more of a REM inspired, Darius Rucker inspired rock content, I'll check it out.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it. Steve Gorman, I'd forgotten his name. He was the original drummer for the Black Crowes. He's been doing a radio show for quite some time. And
he's probably got a bus too then.
I would imagine, yes. I would imagine.
I don't know if everyone knows this. You do radio long enough, you get a bus.
That's what Neil Bortz told us. That's so right. we're waiting on ours. At some point.
It's coming.
Los, you get yours first and tell me how it is.
I'm going to start with a Sprinter van, then I'm going to get a bus.
That's right. This is so good. But yeah, so I look forward to hearing this band. They are set to release a single called My Cologne October 31st on Halloween Day. So I've seen Darius talking about it, and he was covering some REM songs. He covered Everybody Hurts as he was kind of leading up to the discussion about this new band. So we'll see, man.
Okay, I'll give it a run.
It's a bit of, I don't know if you can call it a super group, but kind of. It's kind of in that vein.
I just know it hurts me a little bit every now and then when you get one of these artists that I'm glad they're doing new content.
Sure.
Because that's when you know that we're all getting older, where your favorite people that you have listened to for years, they just play the hits and they don't do any more new content.
Well, it's because oftentimes when you go to a concert, that's all people want to see, right? Garth Brooks used to be the king of, I got a new record, I'm not playing any of it.
Yeah.
I'm just, if you like it,
If you like
pick
it,
up the
check it
record.
out.
I know you're here to sing along with the hits, and that's what we're going to play.
Granted, the issue I take is that every now and then I start hearing new content from bands I like, and I go, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's some of
that's
that.
a tough one.
Yeah. I'm hearing a little bit of that on 99X, where some of the older bands, Third Eye Blind, Counting Crows, Evanescence, all these bands are putting out new stuff, and some of it's okay, and then others you get that same look that you just had.
I will tell you flat out, Counting Crows, their newest album, the one that released probably about 4 or 5 months ago, that's as classically 90s, early aughts Counting Crows as it gets. Like, it's really cool if you like that sound. I love Pete Yorn's new album because
he's great.
And by the way, the producer who produced that was also the producer for Bad Bunny. So it's like polar opposites.
Yeah. Which is good, especially when you're talking about how are we going to put this together? How are we going to we want to maintain what the band sounds like, what they represent, but I want to do it in a fresh way. And that's the reason you do stuff like that.
The producer that Pete Yorn ended up working with on the latest album, it was almost exclusively, we will have almost no percussion. So everything is just a guitar and a voice. And that's it. It's really cool sounding.
Yeah. You'd send it to me. Me and my wife listened to
hard
it.
way.
It was like an EP, like six songs?
It's like six or eight songs. Yeah. It's just really, the entire vibe is completely chill.
Yeah. If you like that stuff, you probably are going to like the new supergroup.
But I'm going to give it a run.
How.
I promise I will give it a legitimate listen.
I'm going to too. I can't wait, man. I can't. I love Darius. I think he's one of the most incredibly talented artists, and is not afraid to do whatever, because he wanted Hootie and the Blowfish to come along with the move to country music when he did that 15 years ago, at least 15 years ago. And the guys from Hootie were like, "Oh, we're good," and he was like, "Okay,
it happens."
Yeah, but it does, absolutely. But how do you? I'm talking about a swing and a miss for the rest of the band. Darius was willing to split the money.
Some of the guys, it's just different. Like, I remember I went and saw a show, and there was a drummer named Travis McNabb, and he was the drummer for Better Than Ezra. And during the show, they're basically like, this is the send-off. Because this is now, they had a drummer when the guys were at LSU in college. Travis McNabb, as they got to be a big band in the 90s, was their drummer. And they're like, hey, this is his last show. It's like he's joining another band. He's kind of going a different direction. It's a band called Sugarland.
Yeah.
And so as Sugarland then exploded, Travis Aaron McNabb was the drummer for them, but he still will randomly show up. A lot of the shows where they play, like before the Georgia LSU game in 2018, he was back with the band playing drums with the band because that was, it's a college campus.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Funny enough, Brandon Bush, the keys player, the piano player for Train, left Train to join Sugarland with his brother, Christian.
It was a good call for the time, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, what's happened to Sugarland since then? Haven't it just it had its run?
Yeah, it did. Look, it
was a big run,
a huge run. I would love to have them back because I think Jennifer Nettles' vocals, and she's from here. Obviously, mom's a school teacher.
Yeah, I saw her play at Eddie's Attic, no shoes on.
Yeah, that's
this
her.
Was like 2003 or so.
Was that Sugarland, or was that Soul Miner's Daughter, or was that Jennifer Nettles?
That was Jennifer Nettles.
Yeah, because
but the Soul Miner's Daughter had been like my wife had that CD, and so she had liked it. Obviously, with Soul Miner's Daughter and Jennifer Nettles, but no, she was playing a solo show just as Jennifer Nettles.
She's so ridiculously talented. That woman could sing the phone book, and I'd be like, turn that up.
There's no AI replacement for Jennifer Nettles.
Wow. You probably get close.
I'm going to try.
You probably get close. You created a song that sounded an awful lot like Wonderwall from Oasis, talking about volleyball spending money.
That's right. It's pretty awesome.
It is good.
Just wait, people.
Wait till you get it. And you're going to use it on the new podcast that you're doing about volleyball.
Podcast with the wife.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Which should be a lot of fun.
You worry about it causing ruckus?
No, actually. It's better than couples therapy, right? Like cheaper.
Fair enough, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
No, we've been talking. These are the discussions that when we get in the car and we road trip, this is like our parenting. It's the discussion of what direction things are going. Do you think this is working for our daughters? And then it just turned into the amount of parents that ask us stuff, because we're going to like year 7 or 8 with this thing.
Yeah.
And
you got 7 or 8 more to go.
It's true. And so My oldest has realistically about 3 years left, and my youngest has about 6 or 7. So it's kind of like we've experienced most of what we need to, except for the recruiting stuff that starts this upcoming summer.
Yeah, soon. Yeah, I don't know about you, but it sounds like the answer is going to be yes. My wife and I have the best discussions on road trips. I mean, because you're there,
you're stuck.
Yeah, and you probably present questions that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise. I don't know. At least that's the way I work it.
When you told her, so tell me about that sister of yours.
Yeah.
But speak real slowly when you do it.
Never quite that one.
Oh, okay. That never came up during the road trip?
No, those are usually quiet ones. Those you keep to yourself. You don't get divorced on the road trip. No, but really, things that that you've wondered and you just never had the chance to bring. I don't know.
Well, you got time.
I just feel that's the key right there.
When y'all go to South Carolina, I got 5 hours.
5 hours, man. We can talk about everything, and it sounds like y'all do that too. We have the best discussions on road trips, and always have. Because we dated long distance. She was in New York, I was in Virginia, and then shortly after moved to Florida when serving. And when we would spend time together, we were driving a long way. And then after getting married and engaged and married, you take long road trips, honeymoon. You just have. We have always had incredible discussions, the best discussions in cars. I feel like we have overcome so much, talked through so many things, because it's not like you can get out.
No, I think that's the goal.
You got to talk about it now.
The goal is, how do we take discussions that we have in a car and replicate it?
That's right, at home.
To have a podcast where this is what we're discussing.
No, that's great, man. I think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome for y'all too.
And there's just that whole world with all the amount of parents that are part of this stuff,
and the fact that y'all are knee deep in this. And then it's about to get to the level that most parents have no idea about, but have so many questions about. Y'all are about to become a wealth of knowledge because of your experience and what you will experience, what you've already experienced, and what you will experience through that recruiting process, because there's so many kids of parents that are listening, grandparents that are listening right now that want to do the same thing. They want to go to college and play ball.
Well, in the general aspect that we're currently kind of dealing with. There's a lot of parents that are somewhat new, and they're asking, hey, we just got our schedule. Should we book our hotel rooms now? We're like, pull over and do it now.
Yes.
We're like if you wait a week, and they're like, well, are we sure that we're going? I'm like, full. Book it now. There's just things like that we've done out of general practice for years that the other parents, are you sure? Yes, do it now.
Do it now.
Call them up right now. Make sure you get your money back later.
Next thing. Hang on, how many games are we playing again? That's the next big thing.
That I think last year we got to 82.
Yeah.
82 matches over the course of the year. It was a lot.
Yeah, it is, man.
Had a really good team, good year.
Dude, it is fun. So get ready if you're in that volleyball world. There is an upcoming podcast that you'll be able to listen to, and a wealth of information. Front office Los and his sweet wife. It's gonna be it'll be good. 9 o'clock hours brought to you by Southern Exteriors, your home exterior solution since 1999. 877-9-SOUTHERN, southernexteriors.co. I feel like we need a pager. We don't have one, but if we did, it would be like, paging John Brennan. John Brennan, a couple questions for you. Could you come to the front office?
Yeah, the former director of CIA, let's talk about when the rubber meets the road. So much of what we have found out through what Tulsi Gabbard has released through her offices is that so much of the Russian collusion case was about information that Hillary Clinton brought to the table and that Barack Obama directed and John Brennan implemented to create what would then be known as Russian collusion, where the full force of the CIA and the FBI could be used against the Trump administration, the Trump team, Donald Trump himself.
Dude, they had this thing incredibly. It's evil genius is what it is. Credit to them, because they knew every step from creating it to leaking it to making sure that every I was dotted, every T was crossed. They had an answer for everything.
And the problem is you had people within the CIA that said, we don't do this way. Why is this being done and it's a political hit piece? Now, James Comey, who has been indicted, former director of the FBI, what's coming up to the forefront is something we told you long before. The raid on Mar-a-Lago was about getting back the FBI files that would implicate what he and the rest of that administration were involved in. Crossfire Hurricane was strictly something done right out of the White House. And so John Brennan, who was on with MSNBC, that's his home where he goes to hide out, he flat out was telling them he's fully expecting indictment, that it's just upcoming. It's just a matter of time. And he does it like, Little Red Riding Hood. He pointed out, this was his quote, "I don't know. I guess it's up to President Trump to say why he hates me. But clearly my engagement with the CIA during the 2016 period where we uncovered Russian attempts to interfere in the presidential election, where we determined that Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, was trying to interfere to hurt Hillary Clinton and to help Donald Trump." All right. This is still
He's still
a
make
narrative.
believe. It's still make believe. That's exactly right. And he was at the helm of the ICA, the Intel Community Assessment, which was not the way. And all those people that are now saying, hey, here's the way this all came down. This is not the way we normally operate. It takes, 3, 6, 9 months to put an Intel Community Assessment together. They did it in 3 weeks. John Brennan was at the helm of it. He crafted the entire thing to say exactly what he wanted. He chose 5 officers to help him craft this, but he was at the helm. He knew exactly what he wanted to say. He knew exactly how it to come together, and he knew that it wasn't the way that they normally did it, which is why he had to do it.
And this is why I don't know if this ever ends up with any one of these guys in prison, even though it probably should.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. They use the power of government against a duly elected president.
It's called a coup, I believe.
Yes. Like, there are places in this world where these people get hung for this. All right? At the very least, these people should be bled dry of money from having to have their defense. That's what they tried to do to Donald Trump. Remember, we're gonna hit him up for $400 million. Okay.
When you hear the name John Brennan or James Comey, you should have the same reaction that you do when you hear the name Benedict Arnold, because it's exactly what they did. They betrayed their country. They tried to they orchestrated a coup.
Donald Trump was coming after the legacy that was Barack Obama's. Remember, so much of what he ran on was, we're getting rid of this stuff. And tried desperately to get rid of Obamacare. That was John McCain who made sure that thing didn't go away out of his hatred out of Trump.
I appreciate his service.
Just a little reminder of that. But this was the safety plan from Barack Obama's part of how do we protect the shield. The shield is the Democrat Party. It's the rise of communism and socialism and statism on the left. How do we protect it from a populist president who is looking to take a sledgehammer to it? Let's make it look like he's an agent of Russia. That's how we'll protect the shield.
As absurd as it all is, again, going back to my original statement, evil genius. They calculated every move. They knew exactly how they were going to do it from start to finish. And they orchestrated it from start to finish so successfully. And it engulfed Trump's entire first term. It was so successful.
So you end up with John Bolton, who's accused of selling state secrets to people in the Middle East
and Qatar.
That's what he's accused of, is what it looks like, and that was the raid on his home. You have James Comey, who's now been indicted, and again, a lot of this is leaking. And as you brought it up to the show yesterday, if he has his own people turning on him, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
that's been the reports that in order to save their butts, other people within the FBI are like, here's what Comey was doing.
Because why wouldn't you?
You would imagine we get the same thing that's going to happen to John Brennan. Like, there are people watching that are looking at it and going, maybe Susan Rice was the only one smart enough when she sent the email, we did everything by the book.
Yes.
Because she knew we're not doing anything by the book.
We're doing nothing by the book, as a matter of fact.
She's like, this is going to get bad if it ever gets out. So these guys tried to give themselves, at least she gave herself a get out of jail free card. The rest of these guys were so committed to this and firmly believed that they would never get caught.
And still are.
Yeah.
Because now they're locked in the punch.
Yeah.
They can't back off. If they back off one iota, it's going to show everybody what they were for. They can't change anything. They have to stick to every lie they've told. If they don't, it falls apart.
Brennan was very, I'll just put it this way. He was very adamant that what the Trump administration was doing, for instance, revoking the security clearances of 37 officials, it's like, well, who do you think interfered with your election in 2020 when suddenly you had the laptop from hell for the better part of a year, and then the FBI started basically putting it out there to the public that it wasn't real, that the Hunter Biden laptop wasn't real, it was Russian disinformation. And by the time you had Donald Trump debating with Joe Biden went on national television to tell you that, 21 former officials, they've all signed off of this. It was cover. It was always cover. And John Brennan referred to Joe Biden as the vegetable in his own emails.
Oh, I know. And then you had NSA director at the time, Mike Rogers. Remember, they bounced past it to him, and this has all been released through Tulsi Gabbard, those emails that Los are referring to, when he said, another CYA, he said, I'm not comfortable with releasing this. I'm not comfortable to signing on to this until my people have a chance to look at it. If you need to move without us, go ahead. And that's exactly what they did. They moved without.
So we're not going to need you.
That was another one. It was like, uh-oh. And because he's a former admiral, and it's awful that he's caught up in this at all, because he knew it was going on and he didn't blow the whistle. He didn't say the right thing. He just merely stepped back and covered his own tail.
There's processes to all of this. And what comes with experience is when we didn't follow the process. And then you ask the question, well, why didn't we follow the process?
Well, you couldn't.
And it doesn't take long to get to an answer.
You couldn't, because everything you cooked up is not real. There's not a process that you can follow to get to that result unless you create it.
So that's the next one. Comey, Brennan.
Paging John Brennan.
I'm just going to keep it moving. Again, as much as the left, the media wants to, this is unfair. I already saw unfair.
Yeah, we saw it really close. Close.
It's not even retribution. This is just, hey, this is what was coming.
Yeah, this is correcting.
This is always what was coming for your crimes.
This is the justice that is being done. If we get justice, that's the other thing. That's a big if we get justice. But at least Trump is trending that way, to go after the people that did this, that created a coup. Again, you should think the same thing when we say those names as you do Benedict Arnold, because dude is a traitor. They are all traitors, in my opinion. Everything Trump has cleaned up, the Democrats want back in the budget. That's what they're fighting for, and they're not fighting for you. Next on Xtra 106.3.
Live and local news talk continues at 3 p.m. with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's the Kimmer Show, only on Xtra 106.3 and the Xtra app.
How many times I told you, if you're doing a project, you need a foreman on site that knows what the project is supposed to be and knows how to get it done effectively, efficiently, and correctly. As we did an interior project, and it lasted for almost a year, and it was a complete disaster. We had to fire one contractor, hired the next one, went a little bit better, and we limped across the finish line. We didn't have anybody to ask. We just went to the people that were working, asked them the questions, and they usually gave you the, I don't know, this is what they told me to do. Then you would get on the phone and try to call, try to find out, try to, talk to the people that you'd hired originally, not the people at your house, but the people you had hired to do this job. And if you're tired of calling, hire Southern Exteriors. The chaos will stop when you hire Southern Exteriors. They handle exterior jobs, siding, roofing, gutters, windows, done right the first time. Every job gets its own dedicated foreman, own project manager, not a salesperson, not a part-time rep. One expert, one phone number, start to finish, that's there for you the whole time. They know your project inside and out. They've been doing it for 10 plus years. They answer your call fast. No corporate runaround. No getting bounced around. No digging for the right number. No trying to figure out who to ask. One project manager, zero stress. 8779 Southern, southernexteriors.co. It's southernexteriors.co.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if you've got old, drafty, sticky, or leaking windows, you need the experienced pros at Window Nation. You can pay a lot less and still get the premium windows you're dreaming of. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90NATION for your free estimate. And for a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free, plus no payments for 2 years.
Hey Atlanta Braves fans, this is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Hey Braves fans, sometimes life throws you a knee-buckling curveball. That's when Truist One Checking steps up to the plate. If you're behind in the count, you won't have to worry about overdraft fees. Plus, eligible clients enjoy a balance buffer for some extra cushion. You'll get a convenient mobile app to keep an eye on things and access to thousands of Truist ATMs. Be ready every inning with Truist One Checking. It's life-ready checking that grows with you. Get Truist One Checking today. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is former Clayton County Sheriff and current candidate for Congress in Georgia's 5th District, Victor Hill. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Senior software data engineer positions offered by Travelport LP in Atlanta, Georgia. Design, implement, and optimize high-throughput distributed software solutions with a focus on scalability, reliability, and performance. Employee reports to Atlanta, Georgia, but may telecommute from any location in the U.S. Please submit resume and transcripts to America's Business Partners at Travelport.com. Reference job ID 9252566.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
Here are your Georgia headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. A man wanted for terrorist threats in Sandy Springs was arrested at a South Georgia Walmart while charging his Tesla on Monday. Deputies say the suspect had fled Leesburg police earlier in the day. He was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Lee County Jail. Cobb County officials are asking for public input on road safety plans near Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. The proposal calls for widening Old Highway 41, adding roundabouts and pathways, and building a pedestrian tunnel to help visitors safely reach overflow parking. Online feedback is being accepted through early October. Construction is expected in 2027. And Cobb County officials completed a $24 million renovation of the sheriff's headquarters building. The project included upgrades to technology, security, and infrastructure systems, modernizing the 3-decade-old facility. Sheriff Craig Owens said the improvements will enhance operations, safety, and efficiency for both staff and the public. Today's weather, partly cloudy and windy with scattered thunderstorms possible this afternoon. We have a high of 80 degrees. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
The 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by Southern Exteriors, 8779 southernexteriors.co. southernexteriors.co. You can yell it, you can scream it, say it loud, however you'd like to do it. But say it.
CO!
That's it, like that. Lowe's, thank you.
I'm sorry, I was...
Yeah, it's just... He had a little...
I was reading up on Senator Greg Dolezal.
Yeah, who has just announced that he is running for lieutenant governor. He alluded to that last Monday when he was here on the Morning Xtra, and what a terrific guy, man. A dude that just has his stuff together. You can tell. He's just he's a guy that I like a whole lot. I don't know if he wins or not, but a guy worth pulling for. And I think there are going to be about 6 different candidates in that lieutenant governor group in that trying to get through the primary.
This is a credit to this audience. Every one of these people that are running for a lot of these big offices in the next year and a half, they want to get in front of you and give you their elevator speech, which I'm all for it because this is a long-form interview. Our podcasts are always going to be available. I know that we had a couple issues with it the last few days. That's actually affecting not only us, but our sister station. So they're working on it. Get it fixed. We'll be able to have all the podcasts up there again. But it's cool that we have a lot of elected officials or people that are running that want to make sure that their voices are heard here in long form.
Give you a little peek behind the curtain. A couple years ago, when we were first starting this show, I guess 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we would call and be like, hey, we're new game in town. We'd like to have you on to discuss this, that, or the other thing. And sometimes they'd call back.
Sometimes.
It wasn't always that they called back.
The difference is now they call us, which
exactly
is,
right,
which again, it's flattering. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think also we give you an opportunity to hear from these people, and it's not, here's 90 seconds, and this is what you get to hear. It's, no, we're going to talk to you for like half an hour, and you can explain how you want to, whatever your policy is, explain it to the audience.
And make it clear, make it easy to understand, and then ask for the vote. And if you've made a compelling argument, you'll get it. If you haven't,
you might
need to come
a little
back.
differently. You might have to come back.
You might have to come back and try to explain it again, I suppose. But this I understand could get testy because of the amount of people. Because with 6 people, everybody's vying for that little bit of attention. And let's be honest, the lieutenant governorship, though very important, is not the sexiest. And so they're dying for any attention that they can get. And how do you get it? You start shooting arrows.
But let's also point out, it is basically the trampoline into the governorship.
Sure. Yeah. You can see
that's really the power of it.
That's right. You see that with Burt Jones right now, who's running for governor, along with Chris Carr, both friends of the show, both guys that have been on the show many times.
Great dudes, fun to be around, good to talk to. That makes it to where both of them have been eyeing the governorship for several years.
That's right.
And part of that springboard is, obviously Secretary of State, if you happen to be lieutenant governor, if you happen to be a prominent district attorney, like there's some ways into the governorship around here.
Sure are. And looking for the right person that is not corrupted by power and money is difficult because it's easy to become that. I mean, it happens at every level of government. We've all seen it.
How do you think Neil got the bus? How do you think Tug and I are going to get that bus?
Yeah, man, maybe one day.
We'll be corrupted.
Please, somebody send me a check.
Somebody corrupt me.
I need a hint of corruption.
I'm going to go to that corner office and be like, Mr. Dickey, I think Tug has been corrupted by money and politics.
I need this corner office.
I need you to help him out.
Yeah, no. So what Los is actually going to do, there is an empty office right next to the owner of this company.
There is.
And Los has said that he's just going to start putting things in there slowly so it doesn't become obvious. Just add maybe a what are those
little
pin caddies?
holder.
Yeah, little caddy thing.
And then suddenly there's a stapler.
Later there's a picture on the wall.
Little picture of the family on the wall. And then I'm just going to put a laptop computer just sits there, and before you know it, that's my office.
Yeah, right, with a little nameplate.
Mr.
Dr.
Losman.
Dr. Medina. That's it.
Just see how long it takes.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's funny. And I can't wait to see. You know what we need to do? We need to create a time lapse. Like
how many things I can put in there?
Well, yeah, but every day we just film you sitting it down, and then we, run it all together and condense it and speed it up.
And see how long it takes to.
Normally people do that with like a sunset.
Yeah, because
we're going to do it with
somebody told me that
with an office.
Members of the sales team go in there to handle some phone calls.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was like, hold on, I thought you had a desk.
Yeah, but it is like we're kind of an open office. We don't. Yeah, well, look, I mean, but like for me, when I need to take a phone call that I need a little privacy, I usually come in here. Because obviously nothing goes on in this studio between now and 3. When we're done at 10 to 3, so you have some room in here. So we have that comfort. Otherwise, you choose a one of the conference rooms, but those are often being used.
This is very important for the audience to understand. I have never had a desk in this office, and I wear shorts. So I'm not supposed to have a desk in this office, okay, because I wear shorts. But if there was ever going to be a point where somebody with shorts should have a desk in this office, it should be me.
Yeah, you get no argument out of me. And you might as well get one of those really nice ones.
Yeah.
Not a cube.
No.
An actual office. Now, it doesn't have a door.
Like there's a window on the back of it.
There's only 3 offices with doors. 4 offices with doors.
There's not very many.
Yeah, there's only 4 in the whole building. Mike Arond, our chief engineer, he's got a door because he's got valuable stuff in there, like computers.
True.
There's
and that
valuable.
thing is...
Dude, it looks like a bomb went off.
Man, if you made him clean it up, that'd be tough. Like, again, I love Mike with the work he does.
Yeah, but
it also looks like, if you ever remember what it looked like when you go back to the Future and 1950s Doc Brown, how there's just stuff all over the garage.
Everywhere.
That's what it looks like.
And which is every engineer in broadcast, their offices all look the same.
Yeah, if you go in there and you ask for something, he's going to know where it is.
Yes.
Lickety split.
It's not cataloged.
No.
It's
memorized.
Mike-a-logged.
Yeah, that's right. It's Mike memorized for sure. Los's office would be very different from that.
That's right.
He conducts serious meetings in there. And if you don't have any, just make one up.
Just make one up.
Like, ask one of the sales guys to come in.
I'll talk to our traffic director. Tiffany, 1MC, I need to see you over here.
Over.
Need to talk about some of these placements, these commercials over.
That's right, because you got to end with over.
That's right.
That's why they do the Navy. I'm sorry. Any military comms. Yeah. And then you need to come up with call signs, too. You know, because
everyone gets a call sign.
Yes, that's right. Charlie 1 Echo, this is Foxtrot. Let's see.
I mean,
Foxtrot, Oscar Lima.
Isn't that so much of what goes on with, like, for instance, I don't think I've ever called Chris Dimino to him.
Dimino!
It's just, no. You know, like, everybody has some sort of call sign around here, except, well, even our sales team, most of them, I know them. Like, I have to remind myself that Hodges does have a first name.
Yeah, not just Haji.
Not just Haji.
That everybody calls him.
I'm like, his Christian name is John Hodges.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm like, it's Haji, man.
No, that's right.
You know?
Danny Apple, one of my favorite guys. I just call him DA. Or Apple.
Yeah.
Or sometimes even App. I'll be like, App, what's up?
Yeah.
And so we do have kind of a sports locker room kind of mentality here.
So our promotions director, Mike Key. So we had Key Daddy. We had a couple friends of ours that wanted to go to the tailgate, but it was sold out. And so I told them, what you need to do is you need to go there and you have to ask for Mike Key. Well, after quite a few drinks, they're like, why am I going to go ask for Mikey?
No, it's not
like,
Mikey.
No.
It's
Mike Key. And they're like, are you messing with me? I'm like, no, I'm not. Mike Key.
That's right. So that's the plan. We're gonna document Los's move into the office right
that
next
luxurious,
to the owner.
right next to the owner.
I mean, next door to the owner. Which, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't do this. I think it's a great plan.
I mean, how else am I going to get that bus?
That's right. It starts right there.
Start next to the owner.
It starts right there. I know we're tight, but I want to get to this Rosie O'Donnell audio because when I saw this, I was like, you are nuts. Absolutely crazy. This woman, I don't know how she functions daily with the, I don't know what she has. The anxiety, the TDS. I mean, there's a compilation of crazy going on in there.
We gave you the science, and it's been done in studies. Trump derangement syndrome is real. And when the studies have been done, now they won't call it Trump derangement syndrome, but it is a line to people that they have to, in order to get that little bit of dopamine, that little bit of relaxation, a little bit of exhilaration. They have to get involved in their politics. They have to say what they're dealing with. And then the problem is they go right back to being depressed. That's the issue. That's why your Aunt Peg posts on Facebook about Trump 10 times a day.
Nonstop.
Just has to.
So much that I had to mute her.
It's that point. It is not a healthy relationship with the world. It's certainly not a healthy relationship with politics. So take a listen to Rosie O'Donnell. I think the moment when you say that you're discussing this with a doctor might be a clear indicator that you have a problem.
When people say, I changed my mind, we have to say, welcome back to reality. Let's all be Americans together, right? Because what's happening is not only happening to Democrats, it's happening to everyone. And when the Medicaid cuts go in, old people are going to start to die. What he's done yet hasn't even hit us yet. Right. And if he's not stopped now, we have lost our country. And I don't know, Nicole, how it is that some people cannot see it. My therapist said, why are you so upset? And I said to her, why are you not?
You had to bring that up with your therapist, huh?
That's how deranged you are. That's how thick and deep the Trump derangement syndrome is.
You're wondering why your therapist is as mad as you are.
Dude, people thought for how long that we were just making this up, that Trump derangement syndrome was just a name and we were just making it all up.
So when it was studied, it was actually referred to as a derangement syndrome because the medical field, when it came to publishing this document, felt that if they called it Trump derangement syndrome, people wouldn't read it and it wouldn't get published. But the science is, this is what goes on in the heads of these people. And they have to keep bringing it up.
And in her head, she says, we have to be Americans together. She don't want to be Americans together.
She left.
She left. Completely left. She don't want to be Americans together. And if you don't feel exactly the way she does, she's going to cut you down just like she cuts down Trump. She's going to talk bad about you just like she talks about Trump. That's not being American together. Every action that she's taken is exactly opposite of American together. What if she talks about that with her therapist? Look, and I'm not knocking therapists. Just the fact that you have Trump derangement syndrome so deeply and so badly that you have to bring it up with your therapist.
Listen, it's existed when you had George W. Bush in office.
Yeah, sure.
It existed when you had Barack Obama in office. It just was never to this extent because of the amount of media coverage.
And for 10 years straight.
Yes.
When we continue on Extra 106.3, how masculine is too masculine? Dana White, I believe he's got the right answer on this. Next on Extra 106.3.
The Morning Extra on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3 FM.
Hey, it's Los. Let's talk about honestcarguy.com. honestcarguy.com. Now, that's Tom. Well, what makes Tom so honest? Well, he's just making sure that you have all the information when it comes to buying your next vehicle. You basically do one of two things. Go to honestcarguy.com or give Tom a call, 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1. Make and model, what you're interested in. Tom is going to be able to scour every single resource he has to find that vehicle for you, no matter where it is in the country. He jokes around about it, 1960 to 2025. If it's in this country and it's got wheels, he's able to put it in your driveway within just a couple of days. And here's the part, the bill of sale. You're going to get that from Tom. What does that mean? That's going to show you exactly what you're paying for. And what you will recognize, as Tom will show you, you will not deal with all of the fees that a traditional dealership tax onto that vehicle, which a lot of times is thousands upon thousands of dollars. So you get the bill of sale, and all you owe Tom is the Honest Car Guy fee, the honesty fee. Here's my vehicle. Here's my fee for Tom finding this for me. I'm all taken care of. If you need financing, Tom has banks that can work with you on that. If you're looking to trade in a vehicle, great. That works out even better. Tom can handle that for you as well. Go to honestcarguy.com or call Tom at 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Good morning. Here are your sports headlines for Tuesday, September 30th. From the NFL, the Monday night doubleheader last night featured the Miami Dolphins beating the New York Jets 27-21 to keep the Jets winless. However, Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his left knee. He is expected to miss the remainder of the season. As for the Broncos, they're now 2-2 after beating the Cincinnati Bengals 28-3. The Major League Baseball playoffs begin today. 4 game ones. We'll start with Cleveland as they host Detroit. That'll be a 1 o'clock game. The Chicago Cubs host the San Diego Padres. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Then this evening's action as the New York Yankees host Boston at 6 p.m. Later on in the evening, the Los Angeles Dodgers host Cincinnati. That will be a 9 o'clock first pitch. With your sports headlines, I'm Carlos Medina.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy, at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
According to the FBI statistics, less than 0.01% of all altercations require a lethal response. Think about that. We all have a safety plan and includes firearms, but that's only necessary less than 1% of the time. So what's your plan for 99.99% of the time? Start with Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A. The Byrna less lethal launcher can de-escalate a situation with the firepower necessary to incapacitate attackers for up to 40 minutes. I carry one myself. Every family member connected to me has a Byrna launcher. The new Byrna Compact is the world's smallest, less lethal pistol. It's concealable anywhere. It fires powerful kinetic and tear gas rounds. It'll stop an attacker cold for up to 40 minutes. No background checks, and it's legal in all 50 states, and it ships straight to your door. Byrna has protection for every member of the family, from safety alarms to personal defense sprays, because your first line of defense should always be less lethal. Visit Byrna.com today and find the right launcher for your family. Byrna, BYRNA.com.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays, anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra at Extra 106.3.
Oh, man. We're down to the final segment already.
Dude, this day has flown by, and it goes by because of great conversation, great discussion from social media. You easily find us there at Extra 106.3, at Front Office Los, at Whiskey Click, at Tug Cowart.
And Mountain Dew.
And Mountain Dew, that's right. That's right. Yeehaw! What was it? Willie the Hillbilly.
It'll tickle your innards.
That's right.
Your innards.
That's right. We need to have Jeray do some like Willie the Hillbilly rejoiners.
Yes, your microbiome will work. Okay, don't hold me to this. Your microbiome will work better or worse with Mountain Dew in your system.
Your gut health improves.
That's right.
That's the translation from Mountain Dew Hillbilly. That's what it'll tickle your innards really means.
Yeehaw. That's what it meant.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me help you out what Willie really meant there.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Your microbiome will do great.
I'm going to translate here. Oh man! So yeah, that's the kind of day it's been, and we're so grateful that you spend this time with us.
Coming at you like a spider monkey.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm all jacked up.
On Mountain Dew.
See, what Willie is saying in that situation is that when your thirst hits you, this is the way to take care of it.
And it will jack you. I mean, it's going to give you
It'll give you a little bit of extra burst.
Yeah, unbridled energy is what it's going to do. And the sugar will not do anything to you. Perfectly fine.
That's right. You will have no issues with your teeth.
Because what? I bet the sugar content of Mountain Dew is greater than most, right? Am I wrong about that?
Did they do this in your elementary schools? Every now and then they would have the soda, and they would put a tooth in there just to show you how quickly it decayed it.
Or a penny.
Oh, yeah. It was gross.
Yeah. Just to show, to show you that the acid in there would clean the penny. The sugar would break down. I mean, there was a lot of different examples of why they...
There's a lot of scared straight going on there.
Yeah.
All right,
Seemed to work.
A standard 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew, 77 grams of sugar.
Good. Lord.
Regular old Coca-Cola is 65 grams of sugar.
That ain't that much.
And I think Coca-Cola is too sweet to me.
Good Lord.
But...
I love it. My grandma used to put it in my bottle when I was a child.
I'll tell you.
Teeth rotted out by 3. I'm not kidding. That's true.
North Forsyth Brewing, when you get a rum and Coke there or a bourbon and Coke, they actually have Mexican Coke.
The real deal.
The real
Emo,
deal.
where's
there.
my Mountain Dew bottle?
Dude.
That stuff is legit.
Absolutely.
Shout out Nofo Brewery.
Ooh, y'all do it right. God, I can't wait to go there.
Yeah, it's legit.
Maybe one day this week, maybe we can ease on up in there.
Let's see what we can do.
So, or soon. We'll just say soon.
Just past exit 18 on the right. Yeah.
Come on.
Headed towards Dahlonega.
Man, I was down in Florida last week, and there was just one of those shops on the beach that's got,
T-shirts and things?
Yeah, just all kinds of different
Little
good
surf
stuff.
shop.
But I had a real deal root beer last week. Just kind of so good. So you forget how good a good root beer is.
I've never been much of a root beer guy, I'll admit.
Oh, no, I had a run when I was a kid.
Did you?
Root beer floats. Yeah, that was a treat.
And I never liked the root beer floats. I don't know what it was. It weirded me out. But ice cream on top of the root beer, that was threw me a curve. I don't know why I never.
Supposed to be a curveball. Supposed to be unique.
My brand loved it. My grandma loved them. And she would try to give them to me, and I was like, my brand, I don't know that. I think I'll pass. I'll have a water. What's the matter with you, boy?
That's the same thing to you.
Yeah.
It's not very masculine of you.
I know. Well, look, I guess, there's been this war on masculinity, it seems.
I love this because last week you had the post coming from the White House that was showing the hypothetical of what it will look like next July when you have the 250th anniversary and you have a UFC fight. White House, which is great. And Dana White, who runs UFC, bought it and took it to prominence. He was on 60 Minutes, and the interviewer asked him one particular question that I tell you, Dana White, if you hear him, I think it's currently like a Dodge commercial. He's the voice of Dodge right now.
That's awesome, dude.
So he's talking about hey, this is what we do as Americans. Well, he also had something to say about being a dude in this country.
You don't think there's this cultural movement? It's a lot of guys. They call it the manosphere. You're one of the leaders.
You talk about knowing your fan base and knowing who they are.
Who are they?
18 to 34-year-old males and growing. We're global. We are definitely unapologetically masculine.
Can this bubble over to too much? When you hear toxic masculinity.
What's that mean?
You tell me.
No. You just said it. What's the definition of toxic? How can somebody be too masculine? Is that a possibility? Can you be too masculine?
You tell me.
No.
You think so?
The answer is hell no.
That dude, though, that the interviewer there, he thinks there is.
He is asking the question as he sits there wanting to sip on his cute drink and wonder why you've got so many muscles at your age, Dana White.
Dude, masculinity has saved the world over and over and over again. It's protected families. Anytime you get that toxic masculinity thing, I always thought this is evil. Just the idea of it is evil.
For years you had Rush Limbaugh that would point out what's feminism? And the feminazis, as he'd like to call them, would always get mad about how feminism is a conduit for ugly women to access the mainstream of society. Now, does that sound mean? Oh, yeah, kind of.
Doesn't take away from the fact that it's true.
Now, what do we now have? What's the modern feminism? The modern feminism is that the lady man wants you to all be lady men. He's so weak, he's so wimpy, he's so unaccomplished that those of you who are the polar opposite, he needs to shame you into stop being that way. That's what this toxic masculinity ends up falling into. That's what it turns into. It's
Complete
for
BS.
average dudes to try and get you to act like an average beta male.
And they've been so brainwashed and convinced that they're right, that they see it because they're smarter than everybody else. They have their masters. And that's not to slam people that have their masters.
Sure.
My son would like to go get his masters too. But they've been taught because they have that, they don't need to defend or protect.
My wife's family was in town. Her cousin was in town. And I'm sitting there having a lady drink. And she's like, oh, look at you. She's like, we don't, she's from Tennessee. She's like, we don't drink lady drink. Men don't drink lady drinks around there. And I go, well, that's because I'm the only proper lady in this room. Now, what was I having fun with? You know why I'm comfortable drinking a lady drink from time to time? Because I'm pretty much a dude on everything else.
Yeah, I'm just, and you like what you like, man. That doesn't change.
No,
Doesn't
not one
change
bit.
anything.
I was like, you know what my girls say? He's at the practices. He's at everything. He's always there for
Good
us.
father, good husband. That's what masculinity
I want
is
an
about.
umbrella in my drink every now and then.
And I want you to
And my
back
masculinity is so good, it doesn't bother me one bit.
Back off. For Los and Jure, I'm Tug. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Live and local news talk continues at 3 p.m. with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's the Kimmer Show, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.